the new Modus Super Series champion. Yes!
What a finish!
The silencer, Jeff Smith! And it is
Non-stop finish!
that shot wins week 6!
Maximum checkout.
He's done it! Look at this, double 10, Joe Croft. Oh, this would be special. Jamie Owens take a bow. Treble and single acquired for Thomas. And so, it's double top.
You look in his eye once again at sixes, and he puts it right to take us the distance.
Treble 17, it's double top for 111 to win it.
Sam is unflappable and is now 3-1 to the good.
And tonight, the winner of the Modus Super Series, Series 12, Week 7.
Here we go, it's your Saturday evening's Arrows action brought to you live from the Modus Live Lounge in Portsmouth, UK. It's finals night on week 7 of Series 12, all live and free on Pluto TV. Welcome or welcome back if you were watching this afternoon. This, of course, the second in a delightful double header of darts action today. It's finals night. The defending champion is back, trying to continue that defence. But earlier today, we did see the ADC Winmore Tour Championship come to a close. It was a brilliantly dramatic afternoon. Paul Nicholson was here watching every dart. It unfolded in maybe the most agonising way for one player, but elation for another.
Yeah, I think when we look back on this in weeks to come and when the dust settles, it might just be the tournament that Kurt Parry lost as opposed to the one that Graham Hall won. But you've got to give Graham credit, because when he got his chance in the last leg decider, he had a little bit of space, and when he had a ton plus checkout, he took it. So obviously it's agony for Kurt, and we all feel for him right now. It's going to be a tough few days to be able to take what's happened, but Graham will be very grateful for the opportunity that he had.
Yeah, Parry misses out on a place at the Global Championship, of course, which is being held here in December. But what kind of confidence does that give someone like Graham Hall to win a tournament in the same venue that will be held?
It definitely helps that you've won in this building now, and he's been very competitive for the last 12 months in this setting since he lost his tour card. But I think the biggest confidence boost he takes is that he was able to win 5-4 3 times. He was in 3 very different games, but he was able to prevail in every one of them. So when he's in a bit of a sticky wicket or in a bit of a corner, he can fight his way out of it, and he will have confidence of that when he comes back at the Global.
If you did miss it, don't worry, you can watch the whole thing on the Modus Super Series YouTube channel, and it will be repeated in due course here on Pluto TV. This afternoon, Hall won it all, but let's now introduce you to the 6 sharpshooters in action tonight. Joe Croft enjoyed a superb Group A campaign to see in his Saturday night spot. Can Croft take the crown? Can John Henderson claim a 3rd Super Series success? The Highlander has been firmly in the swing of things so far this week. Sam Spivey came so close to winning the ultimate prize here, losing out in a series final. Will he book his place back at Champions Week? Jamie Owens brings bravado to the Live Lounge stage. The talented footballer is looking to net his first Super Series title tonight. Wales's Martin Thomas smashed his way through Group C and is always a dangerous darter. Will Martin have his moment this evening? And the reigning Super Series champion is back in town. Can Canada's Jeff Smith continue his title defence? Yeah, Jeff Smith did get through, but only just. We'll talk about him in a moment, but well done to Joe Croft winning Group A as a late replacement. Actually, Joe Croft got that call up, took it with both hands. John Henderson, Sam Spivey and Jamie Owens coming through Group B. Martin Thomas won Group C at a canter, but Jeff Smith, the defending champion, well, he started off the week in Group A, he ends up scraping through Group C. How will he be feeling and how will he summarise his week?
I had a bit of a chat with Jeff over the last couple of days, and the word brutal kept coming up because this week has been brutal for him. In Group A, he was 4th, and we were all surprised to see him drop into Thursday and Friday afternoon to start with. But when it came to that challenge, we all said, you've got another opportunity here because you haven't won a Group C before. As it turns out, he wouldn't win Group C. He'd be involved in a shootout match towards the end. And I think this is going to do him the world of good, because if you can come through pressure situations as opposed to cantering through, you know that if it happens again, you've got something to draw on. He only lost out on winning Group A by 2 points and a bit of leg difference, so it's not as if he failed in Group A, but in Group C he was tested to the nth degree and he was able to come through.
Yeah, a big noise around the silencer's return for his title defence, but it's been a roller coaster week. And this campaign, well, it could take another twist and turn tonight. But here's what's happened in his qualifying campaign, as reported by Henry Deacon.
Jeff Smith returned to the Super Series this week for the first time since lifting the Series 11 trophy. The silencer was favourite from the off to win the week and to book his place into Champions Week once again. He got off to a positive start on Monday morning, getting the better of Conor Heenahan of a ton-plus checkout. Smith's title defence was well and truly underway. Despite an early loss against Jamie Owens, Smith registered an impressive 8 points at close of play on Monday, level with Joe Croft. His good form continued into Tuesday, where he won his first 3 matches, 7 victories out of 8. However, 4 consecutive defeats at the end of Tuesday and start of Wednesday put his hopes of automatic qualification in jeopardy. His chances briefly increased with victory over top of the table Joe Croft, which kept things interesting at the top. That would be short-lived as he suffered a 4-0 defeat to the hands of Jamie Owens, which, much to everyone's surprise, proved enough for a Group C spot, the reigning champ having to return on Thursday and Friday afternoon. Group C was no mean feat, with Jeff Smith opening his campaign of 103 average to get the better of Joshua Burksfield. He had some flashes of brilliance across the day, though he did lose 2 matches, seeing him 3rd overnight, with work to do on Friday. And after 4 matches on Friday, Jeff Smith and Joshua Burksfield were in deadlock, with their match deciding who would qualify for Saturday night. Despite a strong start for Burksfield, who took a 3-2 lead in this contest, Jeff Smith dug in deep when it mattered, checking out this impressive 67 and then closed the match out in a last leg decider. A dramatic and memorable Super Series campaign for Jeff Smith, who is into finals night again by the narrowest of margins.
Yeah, very narrow margin indeed for Jeff Smith, but he is here. And one question I do want to ask you though, Paul, is we saw in the previous series, Jenson Walker, the reigning champion, went out in the group stages. He's actually back at Champions Week this time. Mm-hmm. But does that tag of series champion tend to weigh heavy?
Yes, it does. We go back to Series 5 with Jim McEwen. When he came back to defend, he didn't have a great time of it at all. I know sometimes personal circumstances can get in the way, but coming back as the defending champion, people want to take you out because they want to be the champion themselves. So people do single you out. And people have done that against Jeff this week, without question. He had 2 ton-plus averages on Thursday. One of them was a win, the other one was a loss, because people were upping their game against the defending champion. So it does weigh heavy.
In the group that he got through in the end, Group C, if he struggled through, Martin Thomas sailed through, didn't he? Was that slightly unexpected for you?
Yeah, I think it was. We analysed the form coming into Group C, and we knew that Martin was playing pretty decent stuff back in Wales, and we are understanding of how he's played in the past. He's got a great deal of experience. He hasn't won a week in this building yet, and we dug so deep this week, we were trying to see what happened in Southampton in our previous studio. But if you can get off to that wonderful start of winning 5 games and then have a really good start to Friday, you can serenely make your way through as the Group C winner, and that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, he blasted his way through. The same can be said for John Henderson in Group B. Fantastic performance, and he seemed to get better and better as well.
Yeah, first game he lost against Sam Spivey. He wouldn't lose again, but there were bright sparks in that first game, and his ability to bounce back immediately from defeat and to play some really good, improved stuff over the course of Thursday night, and then bring that back to Friday and improve again and put everybody else under the pressure. He used his experience to the nth degree. He was really good, John. It was great to see.
Yeah, the opposite experience for Kevin Painter at the bottom of the table, but congestion in between. Sam Spivey, Jamie Owens and Conor Heenahan were really fighting between themselves, and it was in the end Heenahan that missed out.
Spivey's best thing is that he didn't panic. He had a bit of a sketchy start, but still walked away with 4 points on Thursday. He was able to get his way through a little bit sooner, but then when it came to the end with Owens and Heenahan, that was a shootout, and Heenahan was just punching smoke, unfortunately. He could play brilliantly, but it just felt like it wasn't going to be his week. Owens admitted to everybody after yesterday he was very lucky. I wonder if he can use that tonight.
Maybe, though, the most credit this week should go to Joe Croft for winning what was a very, very difficult Group A on paper. But he rose to the top, managed to win that. It was a really close-run thing between 4 players in the end, but he's the one who's had his feet up since Wednesday.
Yeah, there's only 5 legs between 4th and 1st and only 2 points. That shows how tight it was. So when you immediately look at where people are in the table, you think, Jeff Smith in 4th position, what's gone wrong? Well, actually not that much. But Croft, in a sprint to the finish, was able to dip at the line and get the win and get the 2 days off. He's not won a Group A before. I wonder if that's the key to him having success on a Saturday. He hasn't won yet here, so maybe winning a Group A and having 2 days off might be the key for him.
Doesn't have to win his group this evening either. 2 players will go through from each group. These are those groups this evening. And Joe Croft is with Sam Spivey and Jeff Smith. Tough group, isn't it? John Henderson, Martin Thomas and Jamie Owens in Group 2. Does anybody obvious leap out for you as a semi-finalist?
Not really. I think I can pipe for 2 semi-finalists from each group. I think Spivey and Smith will be favourites in Group 1. I think Joe Croft coming back after 2 days off is a bit of an unknown quantity. It might be a strength, it might not be. But I think Jamie Owens might be the sacrificial lamb based on some of the fluctuations of form from Friday night. The other 2 people in the group might just come in a bit stronger, so he's going to need all of that Teesside grit to get through.
John Henderson has been made favourite with the bookmakers to lift the trophy at the end of the evening. Jeff Smith, second favourite. Not too much to separate the rest of them. Spivey 9-2, Owens and Croft 11-2. But Martin Thomas, who got through Group C with ease, the 6-1 outsider.
I don't get it. I really don't get it. Martin is a very dangerous player, and he might just be in the kind of form that springs a surprise. I bring up the example of Adam Paxton many, many times. This is a stacked Saturday night, so the odds compilers don't fancy Martin Thomas in the same way that they didn't fancy Thomas Banks a couple of series ago, and he was something like 12-1 to win that night. So it doesn't make sense to me, but I didn't think that John Henderson was the favourite to win Group B, so what do I know?
Who do you fancy to be lifting the trophy and getting a place at Champions Week at the end of tonight?
I like the look of Hendo. I think he's looked in very good touch, and the gradual improvement over the 2 days we've seen him, I think that's good. I also think only playing 2 days coming into Saturday is good for him, for energy levels. But the danger man is obviously Smith, because he is clinging on to that trophy with all he can muster.
You wouldn't bet against him, and if you are having a bet on the Super Series tonight, please gamble responsibly. As always, it's 18+, gambleaware.org. Right, the opening match is going to feature the reigning champion as well. Jeff Smith is going to take on the Group A winner, Joe Croft. And as his title defence continues, Jeff spoke to Henry Deacon a little earlier tonight.
Jeff, the title defence has been a little bit up and down at times, is it fair to say?
Yeah, it's. I was working on my mechanics pretty much through the whole week, and I figured something out today. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to going. Everybody starts at zero, so brand new tournament.
Let's talk about yesterday, because it was a very dramatic last game yesterday against Joshua Birksfield.
Yeah, I tell you, that kid can play darts. I wasn't expecting to face both matches that I played him. He played the same way, and I'm thrilled to get through it and get to go again.
As you say, fresh day, fresh perspective. Has it just been a case of putting everything that's happened this week behind and kind of treating this like a brand new tournament?
Yeah, I haven't played my best, nowhere near, and I've been really good form in the last little while, and I'm just trying to think, okay, what am I doing wrong? And I figured something out today, so I think I'm looking forward to tonight.
Can we get a sneak peek, or is this all sort of we'll find out later on, a bit secretive?
Yeah, I can't wait to get up there. I'm looking forward to it now versus trying not to lose, and it's a different approach, and I'm just happy to be playing right now.
And obviously the dynamic of the crowd as well. And from what we've heard, it's going to be a big one tonight, because the people that were here this afternoon for the tour finals are going to be back here tonight. Yeah,
it's the best atmosphere here when the place is full by all means, and I'm sure hopefully we can give them something to cheer about.
Well, we look forward to it. Go well. Jeff, good luck.
Thank you.
Best of order, please, here at the Modus Super Series as the silencer is back on the stage. Jeff Smith, well, last time he played his singles event here, it ended with confetti raining from the ceiling, him lifting that trophy in the air and getting himself on the list of Super Series legends. Respect from us all for Jeff Smith, but plenty of respect for Joe Croft as well. What a win in Group A this week to book his place through, looking to go a little bit further than that semi-final best that he's had here at the Super Series, a 32-year-old. Jeff Smith, though, looking to do what only one player has done before. That is win back-to-back series here at the Live Lounge. Maybe Paul Nicholson and Henry Deacon, your commentary team tonight, will remember who.
Yeah, some 18-year-old kid who does some endorsement stuff elsewhere. Yeah, Luke Littler, the only other player to, well, back-to-back titles, the only player to have actually made it to the Champions Week in his title defence. George Baker is in charge of all the action this evening. We get underway with a meeting between Joe Croft and Jeff Smith. And it's fair to say, when you look at the personal head-to-heads between the pair this week,
60.
Jeff Smith has Joe Croft's number, because it is 3 games played, 3 victories for the silencer in head-to-heads against Crofty. It was the only kryptonite, really, for Joe en route to winning Group A on Wednesday afternoon. Refreshed, revitalised after a couple of days off. It was a late call-up for Crofty to even play in this competition. Mervyn King was originally meant to be playing here this week, but he pulled out due to injury, and Joe Croft was the player that got the invitation, made the trip all the way from Selsey over 96. Across the south coast to Portsmouth to play this week, and what a profitable trip it could well be for him.
I just wonder, 99. Henry, if possibly winning a Group A and coming back Saturday might just be the key for Croft to get that first weekly title.
83.
We are into week 7, past the halfway point of the series, so we have little slices of information about who's been successful 60. And how. Interestingly, of the 6 winners we've had so far in the series, 3 have won for the first time.
99.
3 have won
you require 147.
for the second or more time.
59. Jeff,
there's a lot of very interesting stats to break down as the night goes on, because it's a very intriguing list of 6 that we've got tonight. Smith's not going to take out the 164. Croft should at least get a dart at the ball to
52.
Hold throw in this opening leg.
88.
Brings in the ball.
63.
That was
Jeff,
not
you
far
require
away for Crofty.
112.
Smith is not thinking bull on this shot. He's thinking double 18.
94.
It's been a love-hate relationship this week.
25.
But in his own words, he will live and die by the sword on double 18.
21.
He may
Jeff,
still
you require 18.
win this first leg with what is becoming a bit of a signature shot.
The 18 split,
Game
and
shot
that
on
was
the
the
first
split
leg,
that won him the
Jeff Smith.
title all the way back in Series 11, and it is the split that he hits to get his first leg on
Second
the
leg
board
is
tonight.
Jeff to throw first. Game on.
He hit that to win week 1 of the previous series. He hit that to win the series. And now he's hit it to win the first leg
140.
of Saturday night in the next series. It keeps happening.
56.
I'm glad you mentioned that head-to-head record, because Smith, over the course of the early part of the week, he kept improving his results
91.
against Joe. 4-3, 4-1, then 4-0.
140.
Joe did win 10 of his 15 games for a win percentage of the week of 67%. The thing that signifies
140.
Jeff's struggles at times over the last 5 days is that his win percentage is less than Joe's.
53.
His is
Jeff, you require
60%.
130.
At 15 wins from 25. He's played the most games of anybody this week coming into Saturday.
54.
But I don't think we can question his energy levels, because he looked particularly energized when he was talking to you, Henry.
He's very much a man about endurance, is Jeff
140.
Smith.
Jeff, you
And if you
require
think
76.
that the Super Series is a very long format, then you should head to the United States and see some of the tournaments that they play over the course of the weekend, because they pack their
36.
games in over
Joe,
the
you
course of
require
2 or 3 days out
112.
in the United States. And of course, Canada. Well, Croft unable to take out the 112. Smith looking at a routine tops with a 2-0 lead.
49. Jeff, you require 40.
Double 10.
Game shot on the second
That
leg.
right-hand side of
Jeff
the
Smith.
board is becoming a real ally for the silencer, who is again
Third
getting
leg
the
is
better
Joe
of
to throw
Crofty.
first. Game on.
At which point, Henry, do we need to start talking about Group A? Because nobody
60.
who's won Group A in this series has gone on to win the Saturday. The only people who have participated in Group A and then won the Saturday are Neil Duff
60.
and Jensen Walker. But they would ultimately come through Group B.
So what you're saying is, in the future, you should just accept
45.
invites to Group B.
It's a really good question.
140.
And it feels almost disrespectful to Group A. But the fact is, over the last 2.5 series, the least success has come from people winning Group A.
140.
It's not a debate, it's a fact.
And it's intriguing as well, because
137.
it's not as if everybody's done the same thing after winning a Group A and it's the same result, and it's not as if it's the definition of insanity. Because we see
60.
players literally stay
Jeff,
here,
you
players
require
play in tournaments, players go home,
164.
players fly home. But still, for some reason, no one's been able to crack that code. Can Smith crack the code on the 164? Could have found the second triple 19, and we would have seen whether
96.
he would have made a decision when it came to the bull. But nonetheless, 68 required to go 3-0 to get the double break, and it has to be said that this is one-way
58.
traffic up to press.
Jeff, you require 68.
So far, so very good for Smith. Here we go again. And this
Game
time he
shot
gets
on the
double
third
18
leg,
for a
Jeff
3-0 lead.
Smith.
I think Joe
Fourth leg
Croft
is
is sick
Jeff
of the
to
sight
go
of Jeff
first.
Smith.
Game on.
I'm not sure who said it first
45.
in this sport. But the line goes, this is not a tickling contest. This is a darts match.
100.
There has to be a winner and a loser. And you do not want to be the loser. So you have to be ruthless.
Well, Jess Smith isn't tickling Joe Croft right now. He is beating
60.
him black and blue. Which is probably the last thing that Jess Smith would ever think to do to anybody, because he really is an insanely nice guy.
100.
He's the kind of guy who will beat you into the ground at darts and then say, sorry, can I get you a drink? He is
85.
a classic Canadian. He'll do his job, and then he'll be the nicest person in the world. And there's nothing wrong with that.
The type of person that apologises
99.
about apologising. Sounds like somebody I know.
Well, Smith is here in week 7. He could have
93.
easily been playing at the Continental Cup in the CDC, which is a big tournament, but he wants to defend this.
Jess Smith has
100.
made a level of commitment to this which should not be ignored. He's turned down the Continental Cup. He's turning down Lakeside to play at the ADC Global
134,
Championship because he's in
Joe,
a
you
position to
require
play at the WDF
102.
World Championship. He has made a big commitment to this cause.
That treble one scuppered any chance for Joe. And you just get the feeling that Smith
66. Jeff, you require
is
84.
eyeing up 48-36 to win 4-0.
The ball
51.
is not there, and so
Joe, you
Crofty will
require
get
36.
a rarefied opportunity to get a leg on the
Game
board.
shot on the fourth
No
leg,
mistake of the
Joe
double
Croft.
18 there. Might be a stay of execution. Could be the beginning of something more. But back to 3-1 it is. And he has the
Fifth leg
darts
is
to
Joe to throw
half the
first.
arrears to
Game
3-2.
on.
That's the first leg he's won against Jeff since Tuesday. I know it's irrelevant, but if you look at the head-to-head
60.
leg record between these two, it makes for really interesting reading. I'll do it in football style,
60.
just to dramatise it a little bit. Jeff Smith, 15. Joe Croft, 5.
What was that on the
60.
pulls?
Sounds more like a rugby score than a football score. But all of what has gone before doesn't
91.
matter. This leg matters. If there's another one, then it's that leg that matters.
99.
JP watched on by his family this evening. His mum and dad are in the crowd tonight to watch him on. They're the first two people you can see on the left-hand side of your picture on the front row.
59.
Been a busy week for the Croft family. They came straight from Selsey in the WDF England Classic events that took place there at the
58.
weekend. Well, they look thrilled to be on camera, don't they?
$96.
This is a very tight leg. You've got to give Croft credit because if he hadn't won leg 4,
82.
his task in game 5 against Sam Spivey would have been mightily uphill.
The irony of the
59.
situation
Joe, you
is
require
that by winning Group
142.
A, he may have put himself in the most disadvantaged group, Joe Croft, because Jess Smith and Sam Spivey, outside of John Henderson, the other two favoured players to go on and win the night, and two players that have a recency in terms of
80.
winning in this building.
Jeff,
Jeff,
you
of
got
course, the defending
136.
champion, Spivey making it through to the Champions Week final just 2 series ago. And the defending champion here is going to have a match start at 8-8 to get his Saturday quest off to a
128.
perfect start,
Joe, you
but just
require
nudges it
62.
inside.
That's a couple gone.
Yeah, 10 scored.
Croft can only get one.
22.
He needs more, and he might
Jeff,
not
you
get more.
require
Look what
8.
Smith has left again. 4-4 is usually very dependable.
Well, Or double two.
Game shot and the match.
Help it to
Jeff
victory,
Smith.
yes, is the answer. Well, they say twos never lose, and it gets Jeff Smith off to a winning start. He gets the better of Joe Croft by 4 legs to 1 to kick his night off with a victory. The defending champion looking in decent enough form. He knows there's gears to go, but it's a winning start. He gets the better of Joe Croft by 4 legs to 1. We'll be back with more live darts after the break. Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius?
Yes.
Let's do it then. Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series 9 champion is Lucky D, Darius Lebanowski!
Well, what a wonderful night of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready, and it's trophy time. So receive the trophy. £25,000. The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And one more time, the 8th Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And the new Modus Super Series champion is Andreas Dirty Harrison. And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison.
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor?
One more time, your new Modus Super Series champion. He is Chucky. He is Jim McEwen.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series champion, retaining his title, the Luke Lidlow!
Welcome back to finals night here at the Modus Super Series. One match down, Jeff Smith, the reigning series champion, getting off to a flying start in Group 1. A 4-1 victory over Joe Croft in this evening's opener. Up next, John Henderson, the Scotsman, former World Cup winner, of course, takes on Jamie Owens in Group 2. And Henry Deacon had a chinwag with the Highlander earlier on.
John, I can imagine you must be really, really pleased with the way this week has gone so far.
Yes, obviously coming in this week, obviously having a delay in the game. I didn't know what to expect, but no, they've been 7 wins out of 8, especially the calibre of players that I'm playing against. So no, it was very pleasing. A lot of good stuff, a lot of stuff that could be polished up, but no, I'm very pleased with the 2 days, yeah.
I suppose for you must be thinking, right, actually, all I need to do is iron out a few creases here.
It is, yes. The score, I'm not so heavily in the scoring. I'm not a massive 180 hitter. They've kind of disappeared, but I'm sure they'll come back as time goes on. Yes, I need to clean up my finishing as well. Can be a wee bit better, but no, overall, I'll take that at the start. Like,
And I suppose particularly as well when you consider that the clientele that you're with in that group, and I know we speak a lot and you speak a lot about how this is a competitive practice for yourself. So when you look at the people that are in that practice room in Group B, you must have thought, right, this will be a very good test of where I am.
oh, definitely. As I say, the players through there, they're battling 180s through there there's no easy game. Even if you come to this Modus Super Series, I'll enjoy coming it because it's very high standard. The competitiveness is fantastic. It's a good banter through in the room, which is good. And then obviously you go on that stage and you go to war with them. But no, it's been very good. The standard's been brilliant. It's all good for my game.
And a big crowd tonight. We've heard the crowd from this afternoon staying for tonight, so, and we know how much you love playing in front of a nice atmosphere.
Well, I've always, every finals night's been a good night. Obviously, you get a couple of heckles, but you're going to get that everywhere. But it's normally a really good crowd, so sitting and looking forward to it.
Just one final one. You're averaging a trophy a year here. You won a week in 2023, week in 2024. This is the last chance in 2025 to keep that streak going.
Well, what will be, will be. That's what my aim is, to get another weekly win, and hopefully I can go into further things. But I'll just see how we go, and what will be, will be.
Well, I wish you all the very best. Hendo, good luck.
Top man, Henry. Cheers, pal.
Oh, move that if you can. Somebody get the textbook out.
The bullseye got.
Yeah, player of incredible calibre, isn't he, John Henderson? Not only has he got those couple of victories on this stage, but of course that World Cup win, World Seniors wins as well. And he's now looking to pick up his first weekly title of 2025, as just discussed with Henry. Now 52 from Huntly up in Scotland. Did see him here for one of our international pairs weeks as well. He takes on England's Jamie Owens from Stockton-on-Tees. Reached a semi-final in Series 9 of his week. The 36-year-old has produced some magical moments on the Super Series stage, but will he have the ultimate moment tonight? Well, we'll find out. John Henderson certainly will be rocking, but will he be winning? And I know somebody who won't shut up. I'll throw to him now. Evening, Henry.
Cheers, Murph. Some would say touche. Game 2, a meeting between Jamie Owens and John Henderson, and it feels as if I'm going to be commentating solo because Paul Nicholson has been left absolutely floored by the Highlanders rocking and a knocking.
That sign from that young man is elite. Very well done, young man. Just behave yourself and enjoy the darts, and if you don't, we'll get Jeff on you. We talked, Henry, in the first game about the head-to-head record between Jeff and Joe. Not good for Joe.
100.
As for Hendo against Jamie, similar story. Hendo 2, Owens 0.
96.
But how many times do we see it? Someone has the measure of the group phase during the week, and then it bites them on a Saturday night. But the fact is, the Highlander was very relaxed. He was very effective, and he played to a very good standard over the last couple of nights.
133.
In fact, I think it's the most relaxed I've ever seen John play here. And he's been here for the best part of 2.5 years.
Literally rocked up here. Literally in every sense of the word. A couple of weeks after losing his tour card, won on his debut. Then played at the Champions League. Never quite worked out for him there.
John, you require 133.
Averaging a title a year in this building, but if that average is to continue, he has to win tonight because this will be his final chance to pick up a Super Series crown in 2025.
Jamie, you require
Jamie Owens, the best that he's ever got to on a Saturday night is a semi-final. And to get his night off to the perfect start, he's looking for double top. And with that top comes a break of throw, and Jamie Owens leads by a leg to 0. And a puff of the cheeks, maybe a sigh of relief from a man
Second leg
who
is Jamie
definitely
to throw
was put
first.
through the ringer last
Game
night.
on.
He won 3 of his first 4 games on Thursday, meaning he was in a very good position to progress through. And it was the head start that he made on the opening night of Group B that afforded him the
84.
luxury of losing his first 3 games on Friday night. He only won his last game against Kevin Payton. Even then, at times, it was a little bit tumultuous against the artist.
140.
And he just managed to hang on. That is the soon-to-be retired George Noble.
180.
Wonder why he's here.
Well, there's no bull about that 180. Hendo's in a bit of early peril here.
81.
Owens has turned up here. He beat Painter in his last game in the early hours of this morning by 4 legs to 1.
61.
Then he needed a favour from Sam Spivey. He got that favour. And Heenahan, the international pairs winner with John O'Shea, was eliminated.
100.
I wonder if Owens is going to take full advantage of this almost 10th life as a black cat this week. And he's not a black cat, he's from
100.
Middlesbrough. He's not from Sunderland.
Though they had a good result today. How did the
Moving
Geordies
swiftly
get
on.
Hey, when you're the 7:45 kickoff on a
60.
Saturday, you can make the most of
Jamie
these jibes.
requires 76.
Well, is Owens going to make the most of this? Double top again.
56.
Henderson needs
John,
something
you
to happen
require
here.
120.
He hasn't played poorly in this game. He just needs a spark. And that's not it.
$30.
This for
Jamie
2-0, and
requires
this
20.
for what would be a bit of a surprise scoreline if we're going to be perfectly honest with you. Even though Martin Thomas was the
Game
outsider
shot on the
of
second
the
leg.
6
Jamie
players.
Owens.
Jamie Owens was probably the one that, in terms of his form last night, probably had the most question marks over him.
Third
But he
leg is John
leads
to
this
throw
one 2-0
first.
against
Game
John
on.
Henderson, for whom it felt like at times yesterday was playing the best darts of anybody at any point this week. But maybe the Highlander is just awakening. And you may remember at the beginning of his Group B campaign, he needed a bit of time to go through the gears. Maybe he needed a couple of legs to wake up.
You don't have that luxury on Saturday. You know that, Henry.
80.
But if you go 2-0 down, you really do have to motor.
You do not want to come back from behind, that's for sure.
100.
What is it they say in football? 2-0 is a very, very dangerous lead.
95. $45.
He might have the luxury of that 45. He didn't want it, though. And interestingly, over the last couple of days, with Hendo's return to the Modus Super Series,
140.
he's decided to go back to foldable flights instead of, for the last big while, using molded technology, a one-piece system of stem and flight.
100.
So he's gone back to the other stuff. Interesting play.
And sometimes it can just be a case of going back to basis that yields different results for you. Going back what was tried and tested. We saw it from Kurt Parry, didn't we, earlier on this
48.
afternoon? Going back to
John, you
a
require 76.
previous setup that worked well for him, and it nearly worked perfectly for him. Unfortunately for him, he missed 6 starts to win the Tour Championship title this afternoon as John Henderson stares at tops to get his
James
first
shot on the
leg
third leg.
on the
John
board for the
Henderson.
evening. Back to 2-1, but the problem he has is he's got to find a break at some point.
Fourth leg is Jamie to
Highlander
throw first.
lands a high
Game
one.
on.
You look at Hendo's face right now. Does he strike you as someone who's under pressure? Nah.
57.
He's not putting pressure on himself. That's the point. He's just playing and enjoying and reveling in the fact that he's got a lot in his locker right now
140.
that maybe a lot of other people don't.
And I think he's at this, I suppose, almost philosophical phase of his career. Yes, he has lofty ambitions, and yes, he still wants to achieve in this
134.
game. but he's ticked a lot off the chuck it list, as Chris Murphy likes to call it, over the course of his career. He's won a World Cup, he's won a World Seniors Championship, he's won Pro Tours, he's won Euro Tours, he's won what he's needed to win in his career. Anything from this point onwards is pretty much a bonus for him.
Makes you think, doesn't it?
140.
Now that World Seniors is no more, the World Championship was always in Scotland. 4 runnings, 4 Scottish winners.
100.
Does that tell us
Jamie, you require 170.
that a little bit later in years, the Scottish players get a little bit better? Or do they just hold their own longer?
Well, some may argue that Peter Wright winning the World Championship at 49 and Gary
105.
Anderson
John,
deep
you
into his
require
50s, still playing
161.
as well as he is now, would give you an indication of said fact.
And Jim McEwen winning Series 5. Hendo.
136.
Very close call.
Jamie, you require 65.
I bet Jamie Owens wasn't breathing when that dart was in the air.
Yes.
He can only get 1
Yes.
to take a 3-1 lead.
Game
But he only
shot in the
needed
fourth
1
leg,
to go 2
Jamie
clear.
Owens.
From now, he needs only 1 leg to get the perfect start to the night.
Fifth leg is John to throw first. Game on.
I don't think many saw this scoreline in the offing, and that's not to the detriment of JB Owens, because we know how capable a player he is. He's played some superb stuff in this building in the past, but if you base it off the
85.
form of the last couple of nights, John Henderson has just been that little bit of a class above.
93.
He's only lost 1 game this week. His win percentage coming into tonight was 88%.
In fact, if it wasn't for
100.
a certain Samuel Spivey in the opening game of the group, we could have been talking about John Henderson trying to do a Coulson or a Greaves.
84.
Because after losing the first match, he won 7 consecutively. I don't know of many players that
100.
have won 11 straight to go on and win a week.
We don't really need to know how many. You can understand that winning 11 games in a row is
39.
ridiculously hard. Never mind 72, which is something that Bo Greaves has done in the women's series this year. 2 titles today for Greaves, beating Fallon Sherrick in both finals, playing
95.
stunning stuff. She doesn't just do it on the Dev Tour. She doesn't just do it on the Challenge Tour or the Women's Series or the Super
40.
Series. She does it
John, you require
everywhere.
121.
Henderson does have 2 visits for this, so no dramas.
81.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a number of players that'll be hoping that Bo Greaves gets into the top 64 as quickly as possible so they don't have to deal with her at the Women's Series.
97. John, you require 40.
Jamie's mindset right now is best case scenario 4-2. That is the
Game
case.
shot in the fifth
Well
leg,
found by John.
Henderson.
Still very much in this first game of the night in Group 2. And we
Sixth
should
leg
send
is
our
Jamie
congratulations to
to go
Neil
first.
Duff, who is in
Game
Champions
on.
Week in Series 12. He was a winner in Latvia today. Congratulations to Neil.
Yeah, another one for him, and
5.
he will be perhaps looking forward to a campaign at the Lakeside where he'll be hoping to win a 2nd World Championship title. Certainly be one of the favourites to do exactly that, although you get this feeling that the defending champion Shane
55.
McGurk might have a thing or two to say about it. But it has been a very busy day, hasn't it, across the darting world, really. We've also got ADZ belt matches. Thomas Banks taking on
125.
Johnny Barnes for the England belt. The winner of that game will qualify for the Global Championship. And if Johnny Barnes wins that game, then we're going to have some more permutations for you, because Johnny will probably get in via the
140.
top 4 on the UK list, the UK Order of Merit.
I genuinely think that today has been one of the busiest days Darts has ever had.
134.
ADC Winmore Tour Championship Grand Final today. Super Series Week 7 Finals. Australian Premier League.
81.
German Darts Championship in Hildesheim. 2 Women's Series events. Belt matches. Latvian Open. And that's not counting the stuff
44.
overseas even further. Darts is in a great place.
It's like that Mitchell and Webb sketch, isn't it? Watch the dart. It's going to move. I'm going to assume you never saw the sketch.
No, I didn't. And that last start from Henderson makes his next shot just a little bit more difficult.
I've actually got some news from that belt match.
100.
Johnny Barnes got the better
Johnny require
of Thomas Banks by
131.
8 legs to 5. So Johnny Barnes will be into the Global Championship at the expense of Thomas Banks.
Speaking of
91.
expense,
Jamie, you require 93.
Henderson could be spent if Owens takes 74 more.
Double 16 for the match. For 4-2 win.
77.
And for what would have been a bit of an upset. But John
Johnny
Henderson
require 40.
has hung in there. He's had to rely on misses from his opponent, but the misses have come. Can he seize upon his opportunity again? He can
Game
by
shot
hitting
on the
double
sixth
10.
leg, John
And we
Henderson.
go all the way to a last leg decider. From 3-1 down, Henderson
Seventh and
has
final
brought
leg is
us
John to
to a
first.
decider.
Game on.
How good was that double 10? In more ways than one. Positionally and for the timing.
81.
It's always a nice feeling as a dart player to hit a double with a dart left in your hand. It means you've done a very efficient job.
Well, now the question marks are laid on
91.
Jamie Owens, who led this game 3-1, looked rather comfortable at 3-1. He's afforded opportunities to his opponent, and now Henderson is piling the pressure on him. He has the darts, does Hendo, in this last leg. But a treble
45.
score there has opened up the score for J-Lo. He's hoping to darts the night
45.
away and pick up his first Live Lounge title.
I wonder what his energy levels are like. He's playing his 24th game of the week. It's been a long week.
Now, one would suspect that if
93.
anybody may have the energy to outlast such a long and tiring format, it would probably be Jamie Owens. Owing to A, his fitness levels, B, what he's done in the past in terms of sporting
135.
competition.
I see what you're saying, but there's football fit and there's darts fit. What he's trying to do is transcend his football fitness and use it to be as fit as he
85.
possibly can be for this discipline. There's barely a £5 note width between these two right now, but that could be a
140.
monumental 140. He should get another chance to win this game.
Well, he's effectively forced Henderson to do something similar with his turn. And he duly
140.
delivers.
Jamie,
And so
require
Jamie Owens
90.
should get a match start at the ball, but it may well be the only one he gets to win the match in this last leg. Booty bonus, double 5.
80.
That goes high. Hendo's got 2 to win it if he finds a single
John,
17,
you
of course.
require 57.
Does Owens believe that this is done?
$37.
Turns out that Henderson misses 2 for the
Jamie,
match.
you require 10.
Small margins, and Owens does return to get 2 points.
And that guide on the double 5 is
Game
perfect,
shot,
and he
and the match,
utilises it to
Jamie
perfection. And he just about gets over the line. He evades match darts from the Highlander, John Henderson. 2 of them the former World Seniors champion had. But it's Jamie Owens who prevails in a last leg decider. He'd led 3-1, he was dragged all the way, but he managed to hold it all together. Jamie Owens gets the better of John Henderson by 4 legs to 3. We're going to see the arrival of Sam Spivey after the break when he takes on Jess Smith.
54. Charlie Maguire, 164. 44. 32. Charlie require 120.
Well, 120. He's got a fair, at least 2 handfuls of this. Just needs to stay
60.
there. That's a good shot. Halves his score. Leaves himself on a 2-darter.
$26. Charlie
Time on his
require
side
60.
to become back-to-back singles champion.
$40.
Definitely a couple of nerves in those last 2 darts. But he'll be coming back.
The moment he's been in before this situation. Standing at the back of the stage,
Charlie
approaching the
require
hockey with a
20.
chance to win the title.
He did this to win the first title, if you remember.
11.
I think he's gone.
Georgia
I think
require
he's gone to
180.
bust it, maybe. The first title he won, he wanted 20. He went 6-7-7 to win it. He had a chance to replicate it again.
Yeah, I get the feeling that was for a bust, and
39.
on that situation there, George Scaife wasn't even
9.
able to take it out going to the 18s on that switch.
Yeah, I think he just panicked a bit, but he's done well to get that big one.
Sometimes can be the hardest part.
Georgia require
This is it.
79.
It's got to be 19s. It's got to be 19s for this shot. Big 20 and a double. He's got the first one. He's going to get a match dart here.
$59. Charlie
Threw the entire
require
body into that
8.
one. Just didn't want to let go of the dart.
No score.
He's given George a chance.
Georgia require 20.
I think George has been quite good on double 10 today.
So many opportunities for Charlie Murphy.
Go!
Couldn't get the job
it.
done.
Got out the match! And the Red Dragon
George
Modus
Scaife.
Super Series Influencers Champion, George Scaife!
Welcome back to the Modus Super Series Week 7 Finals Night in Series 12, live and free here on Pluto TV. 2 games down and wins for Jeff Smith and Jamie Owens. Before the break, Owens defeating the favourite to win the night, John Henderson, in a last leg decider. Jeff Smith in action again next as we move to that time of the night where players can secure their spots in the semi-finals. He takes on Sam Spivey, who's out to play for the first time this evening. But before he takes to the stage, let's hear from him with Henry.
Sam, I can imagine at the start of the night you were thinking things went very well, but it got very tense towards the end.
Yeah, it did. It was a tight group, and even after 2 wins, it didn't feel comfortable, so I just needed to make sure I got over the line, really.
What was the key characteristic for yourself yesterday that made you think, right, I can get over the line here?
Just plugging on, really, and I knew it was still in my hands going into the night, so as long as I picked up enough wins, it was really up to me to do.
Back into a Saturday night where your record here in the past is very, very good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not bad. Hopefully that continues, but it's a tough group and a tough group of players, so we'll just see how it goes.
It was about a year ago now since we saw you here for the first time at the Super Series. It's fair to say since then we've seen you kick on, not just here, but in other arenas. What do you think's kind of changed for yourself that's turned you into a player that has had potential to somebody that we look at as a weekly winner here, somebody that we look at as a threat on the Challenge Tour and playing in Pro Tours now?
Confidence is massive. I think the confidence of coming here and doing well, it solidifies what you can do, and yeah, just that really, winning and experience, that's all helped.
What would winning tonight and a second Champions Week mean for you?
Yeah, that'd be massive. It'd be great to win another one. One's nice, but I imagine 2 would be even better, so hopefully that happens.
Well, I wish you all the very best. Sam, good luck tonight.
Cheers, mate.
Now this feels like a game-changing moment.
Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Spivey, man.
End product? You bet. Sam is unflappable and is now 3-1 to the good.
Yep, he certainly is, and he is up against the silencer Jeff Smith in his first match of the evening. Smith had got off to a winning start against Joe Croft, looking to book his place in the semi-finals, as is Seaside Sam Spivey, or any other nickname that people want to try and force him to have. Smith, the Canadian who conquered the Super Series last time out, hoping to make it through to Champions Week and have that chance for back-to-back titles, Luke Littler style. Sam Spivey from the Scarborough Seaside was runner-up. He almost won the series before Jeff, Series 10 runner-up, and is about to play in his opening match. Chances for both players to book their place in the semi-finals here, and your commentary team is Paul Nicholson and Henry Deacon.
Yeah, Spivey Man doesn't exist, and the action figures have been taken away from the production line. Anyway, game 3 of the evening session here of the live lounge, and the permutations, well, they're quite simple. Jess Smith having won his first match by 4 legs to 1. There's just a couple of legs to go through. Sam Spivey, if he wins this game to 0, will qualify through to the semi-finals, which is fairly routine. And Jess Smith really did make his opening game against Joe Croft look fairly routine, as the truth be told. Didn't play near his best, and I think he would be the first to admit that. But against Sam Spivey, you get the sense that he's going to have to play somewhere near his peak if he's going to get a result.
Even though that 4-1 victory for Smith came against Joe Croft, I'm not sure he'd be happy with 59. The way he played. There were elements that were good. 4 out of 9 on the doubles. That's pretty good. What he would give for 9 opportunities in this game. Because you would fancy if he gets 9 chances at a double, he's going to get 2 legs, which would be good enough to qualify.
Well, we know whatever happens this evening, we're going to see Jess Smith one more time in 2025 because he won Super Series 11. He's qualified for the ADC Global Championship, for which for Sam Spivey, he's only got 2 routes left, and both of them are rather difficult. Win the Modus Super Series title or win the UK qualifier to get here. And actually, he's hit the post on a couple of occasions to qualify for it, because he lost in the final round of qualifying for the Yorkshire Belt, which was won by Brian Doggy Dawson. He really was dog-eat-dog that day.
100.
As he beat the Castleford Tiger, which is actually not dog-eat-dog, that's dog-eat-cat. But Spivey would also miss out by losing the Champions Week final to Jensen Walker in Series 10.
You were going some sort of rabbit hole there, Henry, weren't you?
You require 110.
Well, luckily, Jess left to finish after 12. And this 110 would be the biggest finish we've seen so far this evening. Double 18
74.
clips the wire, but luckily Sam Spivey looks like he's been left at the seaside. You know when they say about football teams at the end of the season they're on the beach? Well, it looks like he started on the beach.
Don't stay up there.
140.
What are you doing,
Jeff,
Sam?
You require 36.
That's the white flag waved. Oh, here we go again.
32.
See, Sam, he should have left 160 or something else, because this can't be taken.
And I have to say, that's an unforced error that you would not expect from a player like Sam.
Not at all.
59. Jeff, you require 4.
He firmly believes he's going to lose this leg, but you've got to give yourself every chance.
Oh, what a
Game
dart
shot
that
in the
is.
first leg, Jeff
Sim
Smith.
Waddell famously called that a banana shot when Wayne Mardle lofted one over the top against Phil Taylor. And it was a
Second leg,
dart
it's
to
Sam
sort of
to throw
proportions
first. Game on.
of that was hit in that World Championship quarter-final. 1-0 Smith.
I tell you what, that was the hardest dart of the leg. Dart players are funny creatures.
100.
You give them an open target and they miss. You give them a closed one and they hit it.
Don't need to tell Sam Spivey about that because that double eight that Jensen Walker hit
100.
in that final was from an impossible angle. Well, nearly impossible angle because he hit it.
This is better.
140.
I was impressed with Sam on Friday night because on Thursday there was a lot of adversity. Darts on the floor, bad collisions, maybe some work he had to
43.
do with his throw. He fixed it and he did enough to get second position in Group B. Win percentage for the week, 63%. That's pretty solid.
120.
I wish I hadn't said anything.
Well, that is the first Sam Spivey bounce out of the evening. Do not expect it to be the last.
60.
However,
Sam
luckily for
Nicole,
him, it doesn't look as if it's going to
141.
do him any damage in this leg. He's got plenty of time for 141. He may only need the 3. But the treble 19 goes a begging. Have to say, despite leading this game 1-0, Jeff Smith is only averaging 70 at this present moment in time. He's had a real off leg here against the Sam Spivey throw. And we mentioned it earlier on,
Sam,
against
you
Joe
require
Croft,
20.
he played okay without playing spectacularly.
That's
Game
a really
shot
good
in the
dart.
second leg, Sam Spivey.
We know that Spivey can't automatically qualify via winning this game because
Third
he
leg
has
is
lost
Jeff
a leg
to throw
already.
First. Game on.
But just imagine if Smith does win this and he wins Group 1, he would have a very long wait
100.
before playing in the semi-finals. There would be a 3-game break for him and he would play it in semi-final 1.
100.
But think about it another way. If he doesn't win the group and he has to play in semi-final 2, his wait would be even longer. I don't
55.
really think that's a good thing.
$60.
Although, as much as it is a valid point, you get the sense that these are two players that they won't care. They'll go on when they want to go on. They don't really worry about the schedule too much.
140.
That's what they'll tell you, but what they really feel is something they might keep to themselves. Don't believe everything you hear, Henry.
What, you're saying
60.
sports people don't tell the press the 100% truth?
I'll go even further than that. Sports people tell lies.
What, such as saying that you'll back the
140.
manager and then sack him after 39 days?
Professional sport is like a poker table. Everything's a lie.
100.
If you want facts,
Jeff, you require
look at the
66.
dartboard.
Well, Smith here may be back on the
Game
radar
shot in
and
the
back
third
in
leg,
front. That's a
Jeff
14
Smith.
darter, and that's the second leg that Jeff Smith needed to progress himself through to the
Fourth leg, it's
semi-finals.
Sam to throw first.
Welcome back
Game
to the
on.
semis, Jeff. The defence of the title continues.
Only one player has made it through to the Champions Week
100.
after winning the title initially. That was Luke Littler. No title defence other than that has gone beyond the realms of their qualifier.
180.
So when Littler did it, he was 33 years younger than Jeff is now, who celebrates his 50th birthday next month.
85.
And he is celebrating it in rather incredible style, by the way. I'm not at liberty to divulge how.
93.
What I will say is I wish I was there.
He was telling me about his very, very posh
59.
breakfast that he had this morning, Jeff. I'll tell you what, I could tell he won Champions Week last time, just judging by the hotel that he's staying in this time round.
134.
These far-travelling dart players are very shrewd when it comes to loyalty programs, Henry. Frequent flyer miles, loyalty points with certain hotel groups.
60.
You travel a lot.
Jeff, you require 94.
You've got to be shrewd. You've got to know what you're doing. Smith knows exactly what he's doing. He's left double 18 again. It's almost as if that single one was not an accident.
In any which way to leave that
76.
target, but it's moved on the inside. And I wonder what he might do when he comes back.
We are fast approaching a point of this game
57.
that makes Group 1
Jeff,
look
you
like a
require
shootout between
18.
Spivey and Croft. Here we go again with an 18 split.
However, the split's not working this evening.
Game
Double two's
starting the
been the
fourth
double's been
leg.
bailing him
Jeff
out.
Smith.
However, the 29 dart power play over the course of the last 2 legs has put Jeff Smith in
Fifth
full
leg is
control of
Jeff
this
to throw
contest.
first.
3-1 up.
Game on.
Maybe double two's the new banker. In Canadian vernacular, he's hitting a toonie because he doesn't want to be a loony.
93.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's Canadian money. A $1 coin is a loony, and a $2 coin is a toonie.
Some would say that you're like one of them, but I won't tell you
100.
which one's which.
I actually use a toonie as a golf ball marker on a golf course.
Well, you're a loony then.
It was a coin that was given to me by one of Jeff's friends, actually, a guy called Chester.
58.
One heck of a nice guy from Nova Scotia who actually is a big Pittsburgh Penguins fan. Makes him even better.
60.
Remember when we saw 350 and 6 from David Davies? He was the last person to do it.
58.
And he's had a rather good weekend, hasn't he?
Well, that's a man who's rather embarrassed to be on camera. Yes, you've been caught in 4K. But Sam Spivey may well be catching in a max.
180.
He does exactly that to leave himself on a finish here. David Davis qualified through to the Global Championship. Wes Newton also qualified for the Global Championship.
180.
And the reigning maxis now down here on the south coast. But this might have to go, otherwise the game could be over.
112. Your guess is as good as mine
Jeff, you
as to
require
how he wants to get
112.
this. How does he leave double 18 this time? Here we go. It's double 18. And
Game
Jeff
start and the
Smith
match.
wins
Jeff
Group
Smith.
1. The defence of the title will continue. And even though Sam Spivey has lost that game, he will now have a shootout with Joe Croft in Game 5. Jeff will be back in the first semi-final of the night. He has won 4-1 again. And we will see him in the Final 4 in Week 7.
Game on the first leg, Ollie Howard.
No, that's not the match. A man who has so many stars on his shirt that he probably needs another shirt.
Surprised that the person he wanted to play in this challenge was Ryan Branley, based purely on the fact that actually you look at oh, he's hit a blind 180 with his opponent's dart.
Something new for you coming up after this evening's action. Dart Swap Challenge here with Ollie Howard of the Bull Hitters and Devon Peterson. That will premiere after tonight's finals night. And this is what has happened so far at tonight's finals night. And we already have a player through to the semi-finals. Jeff Smith with 2 4-1 victories, coming strong into the Saturday session after getting through in Group C, as we discussed earlier on, with a little bit of a wobble along the way on a roller coaster week, but he's flying high tonight. We're going to turn our attention back to Group 2 now, where Jamie Owens will be looking to join him. He faces Martin Thomas, the final player to step onto the stage tonight. But before he does, let's hear from him. He's with Henry.
Well, Martin, always a pleasure to see you here at the Super Series. A very good Group C campaign for yourself. You must have been really pleased with the way things went.
Yeah, I know, because I did the job, but I'm just looking for more consistency. So if I can pick up more consistency tonight, I'll be happy. Yeah.
First, they really did set the template, though, didn't it, for the rest of the week ahead?
Yeah, they did, because it's a tough room again. Every time you come here, it's a tough room. So yeah, I was chuffed to get the 5 wins in the first day. So
it felt like a little bit, and you said, you want a bit more consistency, but it did feel like at times there was glimpses of the old Martin Thomas, the one that we saw at Southampton that just kept getting through to finals and kept doing good things. I
think sometimes you try too hard, and you try to impress, and you think you've conquered it when you come here, and all of a sudden it's like, right, I'm not playing on the floor now, I'm playing in front of the telly, and it just, if they go, they go.
You're somebody who has an infectious smile and infectious personality. You always bring a smile to our faces here. What is it about the Super Series that just brings this ray of energy about you?
I'll be honest, I was saying it yesterday, if it weren't for this Super Series, I think I'd have packed it in a couple of years ago, because I was still getting the invites. I thought, if I pack it in, that's it, no more invites. So it's given me a boost as well. So it's good. It's good for amateur darts, isn't it?
So
semi-pro win.
So you've come close to winning one here before. How much would it mean to you if you were able to?
Mush.
Go on, you tell everyone else, Mush.
You know. It's just, instead of tapping a door, just kick it open and hopefully grab it. But everybody else is after the same thing, isn't they? So whatever happens again. That's what I keep saying, isn't it?
Well, go well tonight, Mush. All the best.
Cheers, buddy.
And so, it's double top.
It's amazing what happens when he leaves tops instead of 16s and 8s. This guy sometimes is like the Welsh Robert Thornton when it comes to tops. Martin was, and he pinches that first leg with a top post checkout.
Yeah, Martin Thomas, the last of our finalists to take to the stage this evening at the Modus Super Series, and looking to have his big moment tonight. He takes on Jamie Owens in what is the Welshman's first match, but Owens a second, having a good little chat and a chuckle before having their chuck. And Owens, well, he chucked well, didn't he, against John Henderson, getting that victory in his first group game. Tonight he faces the Welshman Martin Thomas, who has made the semi-finals 3 times, looking to go all the way tonight. Now, Owens with a win we know will be going through, but there is the opportunity for Martin to go through as well. Paul Nicholson is alongside Henry Deacon. Take it away, Mush.
Cheers, Murph. He really is one of the most likeable characters that you could ever meet in this sport, or you could ever meet in life, Martin Thomas. But it's down to the serious business. It's rather easy for Jamie Owens. He won his first game 4-3, and if he wins by any margin, he'll be through to the semi-finals. For Martin Thomas, he'll be looking to get his night off to the perfect start, and if he can win by either 4-0 or 4-1 scoreline, then he will be into the Final Four once again, just like he was the last time he was here, where he got through to the semi-finals and lost to Charlie Manby.
Is Josh Jones County A? I don't know, but Jake Jones is here next week.
Ladies and gentlemen, first leg is Jamie to throw first.
And he's been County A for Staffordshire, I think. Anyway, back to the darts on this stage. Didn't Jamie Owens play well against Hendo at times? Very dependable, 88 average, 4 out of 10 on the doubles. Had a chance at the end and took it.
85.
Could have gone the other way, it didn't, but now not much has changed. He still has to win the game to qualify outright. If he doesn't, he runs the risk of elimination. Is mush a Hampshire thing?
96.
It's a Pompey thing.
Where does that stem from? Because I haven't seen anybody around here like peas.
Come on, you both know one of our social media staff. He's as Pompey as they come. And he says it all the time in conversation.
Yeah, you're not wrong. He says mush about as many times as Martin Thomas hits tops.
85.
Which is often.
And I'll tell you one thing, right, he's tight.
100.
Anyway, shall we get back to the darts?
You're obviously posh from Portsmouth because you had to put on a Pompey accent.
Well, that ain't a shock. Anyway,
123.
Jamie Owens' first finish in this opening leg. Both players on finishes where one treble's required for a dart at the double. Jamie Owens has found said treble with dart number 1, which is going to afford him an opportunity at tops, which he duly obliges with.
Jamie Owens.
1-0 to the good. And it means that if Martin Thomas is going to qualify right here, right now, he's going to have to win the next 4.
Throw first. Game on.
If that shot at tops was a penalty into the back of the net, it was hitting the side netting just inside the post.
180.
Oh, look at that. Multitasking from Martin Thomas. I think he was putting something in his pocket whilst he was hitting a 180.
We'll be hoping to have Jamie Owens in his pocket come the end of this particular contest.
78.
But if he's going to do so, he may have to fight very hard because he's shown
180.
an unflappable ability. No matter how difficult things can be, he will fight and scrap for every single fibre, every single leg. And he had to dig deep against John Henderson. He led 3-1 in that contest.
100.
Was pegged back to 3 apiece. And it could have so easily have gone horribly for him in the last leg.
I think you might have stumbled
45.
upon
Martin
a new
Newcombe,
sporting word.
143.
You know how bounce back ability came into fashion? You just stumbled upon unflappability. That's a very you word.
119.
And that's a very Martin Thomas type of shot here this week. He has not lost many games. He hasn't
59.
even been in trouble many
Martin
times.
required 24. Game shot
Look
in the
at
second
that.
leg. Martin Thomas.
He looks really relaxed. And I love what he was saying to you, Henry, about if it wasn't for this place, he probably would have quit by now. But having this place constantly in the diary gives him the motivation to keep going.
96.
And there's still stuff to do because he hasn't got that weekly title yet. He hasn't got a medal. He hasn't had that photo taken with the trophy in the air. There's still
60.
stuff to achieve.
And that's neither here or in Southampton, and particularly in the days of Southampton. He was there or thereabouts
58.
pretty much every single time. He was winning challenge tours. He was regularly playing on the Pro Tour around that period of time. You thought it was going to be when rather than if, but maybe as an example of no matter how good things can be, there's never a guarantee in this sport.
I agree with what you're saying, because I think sometimes we forget that people won in the previous studio.
180.
But let's say that Thomas had, we'd now be saying, well, he hasn't won here. We can say that about Owens. He didn't play Southampton.
140. Jamie
Here,
167.
he has had moments on Saturdays, but he hasn't made a final yet. This game is really starting to charge.
Yes. 95. Martin, you've got 161.
Well, Martin Thomas right now averaging 108. Jamie Owens averaging around about a ton towards the end of leg 3. But it is the man from Stockton on tees who's looking at 72 to go 2-1 in front.
89. Jamie, you require 72.
That was a great last start to equalise the score. But Jamie's been really good on these things this week.
32.
That was not far away.
Martin, you require 72.
Well, he's been shown the route. But can he show Jamie Owens the way? Double top.
52.
Doesn't go. And if Jamie Owens hits this, by the way, Martin Thomas will have to get something from the final game, irrespective of the scoreline or the result. It's double 10.
Game shot in the third leg.
Well,
Jamie
he
Owens.
shouted his name as he hit that double 10. He's 2-1 up, but he doesn't feel overly enamoured with his performance so far,
like it's
despite
Martin
averaging
to
around
throw
about
first.
92 and change.
$55.
Like Murph mentioned, it's Thomas who graces the Oki last when it comes to week 7 finals.
45.
How much have we learnt so far about who's favourite? I know that Jeff Smith is the only one through right now, but I still think it's open for interpretation.
67.
If the truth be told, we have got absolutely no idea. But we don't mind that.
No, we don't mind that.
140.
Everybody likes a surprise.
Sometimes you expect the unexpected.
95.
Like, we all knew Dirk Van Dijvenbode is in good form at the minute, but we didn't expect him to average 117 against Chris Dobie earlier.
Oh, now he wants to get away from that.
138.
I think he thought about that perfectly. That second dart was a bit wobbly.
He played that perfectly. He knew he
58.
couldn't stay there, but also just wanted to work out the maths a little bit, because 3-1-6 with 2 trebles in hand is not a scenario where you move across too often. Well, you don't move across at all unless you have a blocker like that.
This is going very well. You might even have one of those Saturday nights where it's 2
125. Jamie, you require 38.
head-to-head games to see who goes through to the
Game
semis,
shot in the
because
fourth
Owens is
leg.
3-1
Jamie
up.
Owens.
One more leg for him. And it's going to be 2 shootout games. Knockout
Fifth leg
darts
is Jamie
early.
to throw first. Game on.
We don't mind that. And Owens wouldn't mind that. Because if he wins this leg, or another one in this game, he's going to be having the darts
140.
in semi-final 2.
$140.
Both players kick off with a 140 in this 5th leg. The impetus is on Thomas.
Here's one for you, Mr. Deegan.
66.
We're in week 7, and we haven't really had a surprise winner yet. These are the names. Carl Wilkinson,
100.
Keegan Brown, Neil Duff, Dave Pallett, Jensen Walker and David Evans. I know we have 3 first-time winners
100.
in this series, courtesy of Wilkinson, Brown and Pallett. But they've got ridiculous experience.
100.
If we're going to get a surprise winner tonight, who is it?
No one. There's not a surprise in there. Maybe the one that probably goes out as maybe the outside of the 6 would be Joe Croft, but even then, he's been pushing on the door of this for quite a while.
They've all played on a Saturday night before.
125.
And Jamie Owens could be playing in the semi-finals.
Because back-to-back 13 darters has sealed Jamie Owens' place in the final 4. Martin Thomas averaged over a ton in that contest. It was only good enough for a solitary leg. As for Jamie Owens, well, that was a marked improvement. Have a look at those numbers. 100.77 average, 4 from 7. In terms of the finishing, a 107 as well. Jamie Owens wins by 4 legs to 1. Next up, we're going to be watching Sam Spivey up against Joe Croft.
He will be disappointed with that. He wanted to have one dart.
Requires 20.
Graham Usher wins the first game of Champions Night, and it was an absolute ripper. He hit one of them on tops. He missed one on double 12. Which one is it? It's the hit!
Outside opportunity for Andy Hamilton. Van der Velde should be getting a match start again here. He's already had one. Mr. Dart at tops for the match to win 4-1. And he Dart at double 16 gets the job done there for Jurgen van der Velde. He gets over the line with a 4-2.
Did he go for tops, or did he just overshoot the single? Jimmy doesn't care. Jimmy just looks to eat this up to make the semi-finals for the second time. Adam Kaplas has been eliminated. Keep us guessing. This time he's trying to leave double 18. He knows best, and he takes the lead. He's 2 darts away from a Super Series final. He's 1 dart away. He doesn't need any more darts. Jeff Smith makes the Series 11 final. Is Usher losing his cool a little bit here?
Oh, absolutely. Right now, I'd say the head's gone, and you don't have long to recover. It is very, very short format darts. Vansky's halfway to victory.
He only needs 1 more. Jimmy Vansky is yet again into a Modus Super Series final.
Flashback vibes. Can Jimmy Vansky do the same? Just needs the 1 treble here on the 19s. Finds it. For the ball.
101.
Oh, unlucky. A lot of pressure on it. He's going to split it. 2 darts for double 4 for the match.
Game. Go. And the Modus Super Series 11 champion, Jeff Smith.
Yeah, Martin Thomas could not rediscover that form from Group C. It was darts in his pocket in his opening match as Jamie Owens stormed to a 4-1 victory that saw him secure his place as a Group 2 winner. Same scenario for Jeff Smith in Group 1 as well. That means the remaining games will come down to shootout. So in Group 2, in a couple of games' time, Martin Thomas and John Henderson, the winner, will qualify in second place. And in Group 1, the match that's about to take place between Sam Spivey and Joe Croft will determine which one of those two progresses to the semi-finals. Well, without further ado, let's get these knockout games underway. They've effectively become that, and guiding you through every dart, it is back to Paul Nicholson and Henry Deacon.
And I thought we'd say quarterfinals for this afternoon, but this is effectively what the next two games are, really, aren't they? A knockout game to progress through to the semi-finals in week 7. And for Sam Spivey, he's looking to make it through to another one. He didn't make it through last time out of the group, neither did Joe Croft. But the man who was runner-up in Series 10 in the grand final is hoping to keep up what has become a forever burgeoning reputation, not just here, but in other arenas. Only as recently as Wednesday did he play on the PDC Pro Tour at Players' Championship 32. He lost 6-2 on that occasion to Neil Zonneveld. He's made a last 32 on the Pro Tour this year. He lost 6-5 to Ross Smith. His seasonal numbers are ultra impressive. 86.39 for the season. And in terms of his doubling stats over the course of the 2025 campaign, 36.81%. He's made 3 Challenge Tour quarterfinals in 2025. And this is why we give him the big build-up as a player, because he won't do it himself. He's one of the most softly spoken people you could ever wish to meet. But my goodness, does the darts do the talking for Sam Spivey.
Let's face it, if we didn't grab him at the end of Group B and have him sitting in the studio with us, he would talk about as much as a fossil. It's just the way he goes about his business. I really like it because
81.
Without being too outspoken here, there are too many people who are beating their own drum in this world. It's actually quite refreshing to have Joe,
100.
the way he plays the game and the way that Sam plays the game. They just get on with it.
$95.
Yeah, nobody likes any player who may want to call out other players when they play them in big televised arenas.
137.
There is Joshua Birksfield, who had an excellent debut campaign, and boy did he paint his own easel this week.
140.
He's going to be back here. Of that there's no doubt.
$58.
Croft unable to take out the 106. Spivey may only get 1 though from the 68. But he finds the treble 16 to afford him 2 at double 10. It's not quite Spivey's den.
58.
And neither is double 5.
Joe, you require 48.
He only got given 2 opportunities at a double against Jeff Smith and his opener. He spurned a couple of opportunities there. Well, Joe Croft has diverted to the double 8, and because it's at the bottom part of the wire, it's awkward for him.
32.
Yeah, that was not easy.
Sam, you require 10.
This is easier for someone like Sam. I was going to say because of his angle of entry. Double 2 might not be easy. And he's booked every trend I could possibly tell you in that shot. But he does take a 1-0 lead in effectively what is a quarter-final.
Game on.
Yeah, knockout darts usually comes at about 10 o'clock on a Saturday night.
85.
So it's happened nearly an hour early.
Well, technically it started at 12:30, but I know what you mean.
All right. Calm down.
Well, who is going to make it to the Cup final? It's not quite going to be in London tonight, but it's going to be very much the star attraction in Portsmouth.
59.
I am intrigued to wonder where Joe Croft is in terms of the future, because last year he qualified for the Tour Finals, qualified for the Global Championship. There looked like perhaps a path was being plotted for the year ahead. But I just wonder whether potentially at this present moment in time he's at just a little bit of a crossroads in his career.
Unless you're a legendary player in the midst of their peak. Each season will be different. You're not going to qualify for everything every season you play. Just ask Dave Chisnell. He didn't qualify for the World Grand Prix this year for the first time in 15 years. Every now and again, somebody puts up a blockade
and you have to figure out not necessarily how to get over it, but to maybe get around it.
81.
Croft needs a big score here. And he finds a 140.
Sam, you require 157.
Piling the pressure on this 157 of Spivey, which isn't going to go. And so Croft comes back 112 to square this contest up.
97. Joe, you require 112.
This is a checkout we have seen in this group tonight. It's not going to be found by Joe.
Sam, you require 60.
Spivey will be looking for the left half of the single, just like that. That meant he didn't have to move for tops, and that was perfectly measured.
2-0 and looking comfortable.
Third leg, it's Sam to throw
For
first.
Crofty. It might well be lights out and away you go, go, go home before too long.
You know how we've been speculating all week since Sam got here on Thursday night? What his shirt reminds us of?
140.
Maybe it's the final scene of The Truman Show. When he's on the boat.
$140.
And if Sam doesn't win this game, he's going to be saying, in case I don't see you.
100.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Well, Croft's putting in a real push on the Spivey throw here. That maximum putting it upon the man from Scarborough.
60.
And considering the effort that he's gone to get it, he travelled to Portsmouth by leaving Scarborough to go to
100.
Wigan, to then come to Portsmouth, and then the 5.5 hour travel back to Scarborough tonight, come what may.
That's like an upside down isosceles triangle. Across,
60.
down, and back
Joe,
up.
you require 81.
Why so silly?
Double 9.
Game
And a lovely shot from Crofty.
Fourth thing is Joe
Back to 2-1, back on throw, and this is how quickly these
Game
best
up.
of sevens can change. And you may remember Sam Spivey last night was involved in a game against John Henderson where he'd led 2-0 and he let that lead slip.
180.
If he lets this one go by the by, he will be saying goodbye to Portsmouth for 2025.
Do you know what? Every now and again, Henry, when you see Crofty do that, you think, well, what could possibly go wrong with that
100.
throw? He throws like a statue, body-wise. Nothing moves.
44.
And then that happens.
Those two visits sum up Joe Croft 2025. At times, he can be amazing. And he's one of those players that we've seen do
100.
excellent stuff here. But I think he's the first to admit that to take that next step forward, he's just got to find that little bit more consistency.
95.
Everybody's searching for that.
$100.
Spivey fancied that he was going to be the first to have finished there. It's not going to be the case.
$140.
That's a worldie of a 140. Whenever you get a 140 and the first start is in the small 20, you deserve a ton of credit because you've got skill.
60. Joe, you require 42.
Well, Joe Croft trailed this game by 2 legs to 0. He could be back level at 2-2 if he finds double 16.
Game shot.
He
the
does.
fourth leg, Joe Croft.
And now it's a best of 3 to determine who is going to be the third
Fifth leg is Sam to
semi-finalist.
throw first. Game up.
The winner of this game will throw second in the second semi-final against a certain Jamie Owens.
140.
In your experience, Henry, do you think knowing who you would play in the semi-finals has any bearing?
85.
It shouldn't do.
No, it shouldn't, but in some people's minds it might. Based on previous games played this week.
60.
Or dare I say, any sort of relationship with that player, potentially. We know there's not a great deal of
44.
distance between Spivey and Owens. They're both from the north/northeast of England. There's a possibility sometimes that if you know who you're going to
60.
play in the semis if you win, that you could want to win this game even more than you should.
55.
In the case of, oh, I really want to play that game against that person.
Was that a bit like when you and Mr. Taylor were going to meet sometime at the World Match Play?
Oh, we never played there, but if we did, I'm sure I would have got a shellacking.
Well, Spivey's had a very good leg amidst a bit of a setback.
140.
And he's going to get 6 here from 101 to get his nose in front again. He'd led 2-0. He let that lead slip. But he's going to get a dart in his hand at double 12.
77.
To go 3-2 to the good. But he is going to have 3 more when he comes back.
$97. Sam, you require 24.
This is to retain the throw.
Game shot.
That's exactly what he does.
Sam
A
Spivey.
very tidy 17 darter, meaning he will have 2 opportunities to make the semis once again.
Game on.
You never know, it could be Spivey's night still.
80.
He might still be on a collision course with Jensen Walker again.
Who won the Latvian Open Under-23s tournament.
Yeah, that one got my attention as well.
140.
Why are they having an Under-23 tournament in Latvia? Not just
140.
a youth event.
Next year they'll have a between 30 and 40 category. It would be like the X Factor.
Each to their own.
100.
Oh, Rising Stars Week was something else, wasn't it? The likes of
60.
Ryan Branley and Charlie Manby, who's going to the World Championship this year. And let's not forget Nathan Potter and Henry Coates, who, to a few people's surprise, ended up
60.
picking up the Star Trophy. Because a lot of people thought it was going to be Branley in the end. Oh, how has that gone in there?
140.
Threaded through the eye of a needle, and it's left Crofty on 81 to take us all the way. Spivey needs a big score here, ideally a couple of trebles. Definitely needs one now.
59.
Doesn't oblige,
Joe,
and
you
maybe
require
we are
81.
destined to go all the way. Because Joe Croft is going to get 1 dart at the ball and gets it.
Joe Croft.
Well, it's a one-leg shootout for a space at the semi-finals. It's Sam Spivey with the honour.
Sam to throw first.
And can he keep
Game
himself
on.
cool like he has done all week when the pressure is at its absolute finest?
The right word to describe that shot from Joe?
60.
Pure. Solid single, pop.
58.
Well, both players trebleless to start. And the problem Spivey's got is when that dart goes underneath. That's okay. That second dart's okay.
58.
But there hasn't been any conviction of any of those first 6 darts. Joe Croft has to sense there's an opportunity here. And he's got one of the elite players in this tournament
125.
under the rack.
How can Spivey fight his way out of this one?
100.
He's in big trouble. He's only half a dart ahead. He needs a mistake from Croft.
58.
Sort of got it. Look at this. Great first dart again. This could be wicked.
135.
Not bad at all. In fact, it's better than good.
Well, he's forcing Crofty, well, now into another treble. Had to head down for the 25
79.
just to leave
Sam,
anything.
you require 148.
And he can't. And so 6 from here for Sam Spivey. He may only need the 3, another one of them. double 14 to win it in style.
134.
But because he's gone inside, there is a bit of a peculiarity about this double 7.
Well, Croft's got to leave something doable.
57. Sam,
Doable it is.
14.
Precarious or not, he's decided to go Jeff Smith style.
And that double 4 sees Sam Spivey into the final 4 at the expense of Joe Croft. It was hard work for Seaside Sam. A puff of the cheek tells you that he may have survived a bit of a scare there. But the former series runner-up is into the semi-finals. He gets the better of Joe Croft by 4 legs to 3. Our final group stage match is a straight shootout between John Henderson and Martin Thomas. Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius? Yes. Let's do it then. Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series 9 champion is Lucky D, Darius Labanowski!
Well, what a wonderful night of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready, and it's trophy. So receive the trophy. £25,000. The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van And one more time, the 8th Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And the new Modus Super Series champion is Andreas Dirty Harrison. And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison!
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor!
One more time, your new Modus Super Series champion. He is Chucky. He is Jim McEwen.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series champion, retaining his title, the Nuke, Luke Littler!
Welcome back to the Modus Super Series live on Pluto TV, and the final group game is about to take place. 3 names already confirmed in the semi-finals. Jeff Smith, Jamie Owens and Sam Spivey have made it through, and now John Henderson and Martin Thomas are going to go head-to-head for the right to join them in the final 4. Commentary team for this one remains Paul Nicholson and Henry Deacon.
Whether you like it or not. Thank you so much, Murph. Well, it's so simple at this particular point. Knockout darts all the way through, which I think if there's two players that will not mind that kind of mentality and mindset, it will probably be these two. They treat every game like a knockout as it is. And for John Henderson, he's made a career of winning big matches like this. For Martin Thomas, somebody who admits he doesn't play too much now around the circuit. This really is the source of his darts these days. But I just wonder whether that adds an extra source of inspiration. I know for a fact that these two have been getting on like a house on fire in the practice room. I managed to catch up with Hendo around about half an hour before play got underway, and he said it was so nice to have Martin in the practice room, and apparently he's really bringing the energy in there tonight and become a really popular addition to this finals night lineup.
We've not just got knockout darts here, we've got winner stays on.
55.
Whoever wins plays in the next game as well against Jeff Smith.
$140. $134.
What did you make of Hendo's first game? He ended up losing it by 4 legs to 3. Missed an opportunity to win the game.
100.
As it turns out, Owens has won that group now, and he will play against Sam Spivey in Semi 2.
Evenly matched semi on paper.
83. John, you require 140.
And looking at 140 to take leg one with a break. But yeah, I know what you mean about that opening performance for Hendo against Jamie Owens. There was a real spell towards the middle and latter part of the game where things really did click into gear, but his problem was a slow start, which saw him 3-1 behind in the first place. But it looks like he's most certainly got out the traps the quicker of the two. He's left himself tops after 12 to get a much-needed break.
Double 10.
20.
Just a couple of frailties on the doubles in his first game. And a little bit of a gap between darts and target right there as well. Can Thomas pounce? He cannot. Can't even get to the double. Which is a bit of a surprise
29.
considering the people who have qualified for the semis tonight, their doubling statistics are very, very shiny.
One on the outside, one in the bed.
John Henderson.
Henderson breaks and goes one up. He has to get a breaker throw at some point if he's going to make it through to the semi-finals.
Second leg, it's John.
A bit of time then to do it right from the get-go.
Just to prove that point about the shiny percentages of Jeff Smith, Jamie Owens and Sam Spivey.
95.
Smith, 40% for the night. Owens, 47% for the night. Spivey, 42% for the night.
95.
That's what you need when you get chances. When it's knockout darts, you really need to be putting your foot down. Isn't that right, John? That's exactly what he's doing here.
He's just beginning to make his move, and it could be a move that proves too much for Martin Thomas.
$55.
Back comes the Welshman.
180.
Right on time. About 25 seconds ago, pretty much everybody in the world was thinking that Hendo was going to be first to a finish. He might still be first to a double.
131.
Depends on what Thomas does here.
86.
Can't make any approach mistakes this time.
Single. Well, the treble is a boosty bonus, and it gives him a dart at double 7 to equalise.
72.
But that is not an equaliser for Martin
John,
Thomas. And so Henderson will look at tops to go 2-0 to the good. Left it after 12 in the first leg. Left it after 12 in the second. Had some problems
No score.
Hitting his doubles in the first leg. He's
Martin,
had
you
more
require
problems there, and so
14.
Martin Thomas is going to be afforded 3 more to square this game up.
Shot in the second
And he only
leg,
needs the
Martin
1 at double
Thomas.
7. It's a 13 darter, and we're all square at 1 apiece.
You can understand the mentality of Hendo right now. He's projecting that mentality.
Third leg is Martin to throw first.
Chance missed.
Game on.
Could have been 2-0. Has to settle for 1-1. And that double top bed is not
42.
a guarantee tonight like it usually is. Give him 3 darts at it. You'd bet your house on him. Tonight, not so much.
81.
In fact, you would bet
140.
on a great deal of tops hitting in this game. Both of them like to leave it.
Well, the divine irony for Martin Thomas this week has been the more awkward
100.
it has been on tops, i.e. a dart or 2 going above the bed because his darts sit up into the board. He's actually been able to hit more often than he's had a clean target to aim at.
87.
Well, this is an intriguing exchange because Thomas is on 2-3-2, but it's punishable if Hendo can find a couple of trebles here, and a couple of trebles he does
140.
find. Yes, he's able to either finish quicker, but Hendo is posing the question. And the question that he posed has been emphatically answered by his opponent, who piles in a max to leave himself on 52 after 12. But if Hendo finds another 140 here for the 3rd consecutive leg, he's left himself on double 12 after
Martin,
4
you
visits to
require
the board.
52. Game shot.
There's
the third
that
leg,
tops.
Martin Thomas.
And Martin's making his move. Could have been 2-0 down, and now he's in the lead.
Fourth leg is John to throw first. Game up.
This is a good battle.
$83.
We've got 2 impossibly friendly gentlemen on the stage right now, and only one will survive.
75.
I think there's more pressure on Thomas here than Henderson, because John's already got 2 weekly titles. Martin would dearly love to win on this stage. It would mean the
140.
world to him. He's seen some of his countrymen pick up weekly titles like Alex Small and Mike Warburton and David Davies
180.
and others. He would like to go to a Welsh darts tournament where they're at and say, oh, by the way, can I join the club now?
100. $94.
Well, he leaves himself first to finish against the throw, Martin Thomas, but Hendo will probably fill from 178. If he sets up well, he'll have 6 starts to win this leg.
125.
Well, he's done the setup bit well.
Martin, you require 152.
You would expect more likely than not he's going to come back, but we know Martin Thomas has got capabilities of hitting things like 152, but he has slashed that into the 1.
41.
The day that Hendo
John, you
doesn't
require
go 13
53.
tops is the day that hell freezes over.
Game
Well, there
shot
you
in the
go.
fourth leg,
It's
John
back.
Henderson.
2-2, and just like the previous game between Samuel Spivey
leg
and
is
Joe Croft, it's a
Martin
best
to
of
throw
3 to
first.
determine who's going to go through to the semis. But have a look at that in terms of the leg-by-leg play. 17 to win the opener for
Game
Hendo.
on.
Thomas with 2 legs in 27 darts, and then that was responded to by a 14 darter of the Highlanders' own.
100.
You know those days when you're walking down the beach and you feel the ray of sun on your face and you think, life is actually rather lovely, isn't it?
43.
That's the feeling that people get when John Henderson smiles. It's even better when he laughs.
59.
I don't know many other people who see the brighter side of life more than John.
85.
But he doesn't like that last dot. In fact, he wants to put that dart into room 101.
$134.
Martin Thomas, to his credit, has punished to the hilt. Even the maximum would have got Hendo maybe back to base. But Martin Thomas is in full
100.
command of this fifth leg. A fifth leg that, if he wins, would put him to within a leg of qualification through to the semi-finals. What a push this
140.
is. Two treble visits back-to-back has left itself on 68 after 12.
I don't think we can ignore the fact that Thomas averaged 100 and lost to Jamie Owens. That was his best average of the week, and he lost the game.
87. Martin
Maybe
requires 68.
the way he played has set him up well to succeed in this one.
Well, he's averaging 98.7 at this present moment in time. Hendo himself just under the 96 mark. And he's going to get a dart at
Game
tops
shot
here
the
to
fifth
lead
leg,
this match
Martin
by 3 legs to
Thomas.
2. That's a 15 darter. And Martin Thomas is 1 leg away from the
Six leg is
semi-finals,
John to throw first.
where he will take on the defending Super Series champion Jess Smith. And just a confirmation, shall I say,
96.
once again, of those averages. 97.42 Thomas, 95.96 of Henderson.
It's been a heartbreaking day for Wales after what happened with Kurt Parry this afternoon.
96.
The only way that Wales can heal itself tonight is if Martin Thomas prevails.
140.
There's only one English player left in week 7, and that is Owens.
100.
Henderson's got to get moving. That's a perfect start. Doesn't get any better than that.
171.
Magnificent from Henderson.
Potential 11 darter to take us all the way
98.
to a decider.
John, you require
Again.
94.
After the last game, which was a quarterfinal of sorts, went all the way. I don't think that was in the 54. That one is.
54.
Clips the top wide. But luckily for him, that bounce there, because he hit the treble, is kind of non-effective because he left himself tops and his opponent wasn't on a finish. But he's going to be now.
137.
And it
John, you
forces this
require
to go.
40.
Otherwise, Hendo will be saying goodbye to his big weekendo.
shot on the
But that
sixth
13
leg,
darter,
Henderson.
response to a 13 darter of Martin Thomas in the previous, we go all the way. We go to a last leg
Seventh and
decider.
final leg is Martin to go
5:01
first.
to determine
Game
who stays on.
on. 43.
This is tense. You're the one who lined it up, Deacon. You said that Henderson had won a title in 2023. He'd won a title in 2024.
140.
This is his last chance in 2025. Great response from Martin C. Thomas there. He could have been in real trouble had he not found a 2 treble visit there.
Well, if he does at least want an omen, Martin Thomas was in the last Saturday night that he won.
134.
Alongside the likes of Jamie Atkins and Danny Jansen and Cam Crabtree.
90.
It was Atkins that he beat in that particular final.
Oh, look at this.
100.
Oh, my word. That third dart was dreamy. Not to Thomas, who might be tanked.
140.
He leaves a shot just in
John, you
case, but
require
Henderson,
47.
that 180, that was unbelievable. His chance to make the semis lies right here.
Tops a Hendo.
27.
And that is 2 darts
Martin,
for qualification that have come and
107.
gone. Martin Thomas, what have you got in the locker? Needs to find a treble now. Cannot get.
I have no idea why he didn't go
59.
48 tops.
John, you require
But Henderson's
20.
definitely going for 10s, and the darts are in the pocket.
John Henderson is into the
Henderson.
semi-finals and he sinks Martin Thomas in the process. He did so with back-to-back 13 darters, did the Highlander. A superb display, a superb contest, a superb night for Martin Thomas, who, despite averaging 100 in his first game and 97 in his second, has lost both of his matches. And for John Henderson, that average of 101 is enough to send him through to the semi-finals. He'll take on Jeff Smith in about 10 minutes' time.
Welcome back to the Modus Super Series. The group stages are over and we have our 4 semi-finalists. Jeff Smith did the damage early on, 2 4-1 victories for him. Jamie Owens also got 2 wins, and then each group had a shootout, and both of them went down to last leg deciders. Sam Spivey and John Henderson getting through to complete the final 4. And that means that the semi-final lineup is like this. Jeff Smith and Henderson facing each other in a blockbuster battle in the first semi, and then Jamie Owens and Sam Spivey going head to head. Look, let's start with John Henderson. We just saw him get through, but you have to really feel for Martin Thomas tonight, don't you?
Yeah, he's played really well tonight. He's averaged high 90s for his 2 games, and he's lost them both. So maybe his serene progress through Group C has got everybody's attention. So when they've played him, they've said to themselves, I'm going to have to switch on here. Henderson showed great composure in the 7-leg game he had with Martin. And when he got his opportunity, he managed to get rid of it before there was any more bother. That was a battle of two impossibly friendly guys. And the game was played in a fabulous spirit. But my word, Thomas threw the kitchen sink at Hendo and he was still able to withstand it.
Yeah, really disappointed he'll be. Great sportsman, isn't he, Martin Thomas away. Congratulated John at the end. But Jamie Owens, he seemed pretty comfortable tonight.
Yeah, he's definitely switched on. He was in the practice room very early this evening, and he's taking this extremely seriously. He didn't want to leave any stone unturned. And the fact that he was able to win both of his matches and get the darts in the semi-finals, it'll put him in a very strong position. And he's the odd one out from the semi-finals, isn't he? Because he's the only one who hasn't won a weekly title before. The best he's done is a semi-final, so now he's back there. He can right the wrong of the last time he was there.
The most comfortable-looking player is the one that we started the show by saying he'd looked uncomfortable all week. Jeff Smith really did live up to that champion billing tonight, didn't he, so far?
The weapons that he has, the ones that he uses very often, seem to be working very well tonight. The classic kills of 112 on double 18, and when he was getting a chance, he was lethal. Look how good that double 18 is. It's not near the wire, it's central, and it's got loads of authority attached to it. So he knows exactly what he's got to do. He's not been involved in the knockout darts or the quarterfinals, as we've been calling them, over the last hour or so. He's had a big break, and now he's got to focus on getting through this titanic tussle that he's got with Hendo in semi-final 1.
One of those so-called quarterfinals, Sam Spivey and Joe Croft. Spivey getting through in the end. It seemed a tense last leg for the most part, but is it that experience of kind of being there and having done it that got Sam through?
I think it is. I think Henry might be right on the money with Joe Croft. He's obviously got immense talent. I think he's got great technique. But something is stopping him from taking that next step, and I just wonder what it is. I can't speculate as to what it is. I'm not inside his head. I'm not inside his body. But the talent he's got, it seems to be hitting a bit of a wall. And at this stage, when he's doing things like that look so easy, you wonder why it's not happening more often. He's done well to win Group A this week, but how many times have we said about Joe, yeah, he's made Saturday, but we're not putting a medal around his neck. 2026 is where that's got to happen.
What would you say has been the sort of theme of tonight in terms of the groups?
I've been a big fan of the doubling. Looking at the numbers, apart from John Henderson, who actually has the highest average of the players going into the semi-finals, he has the worst doubles percentage of around 30%. Everybody else is over 40. So you get the feeling that if you're going to win tonight, your doubles are going to have to be brilliant. If they're not, you're going to have to get that extra opportunity like John has. There's definitely quality, but I think the story of tonight on top of the doubles has got to be that the people who have won before are still standing. The two eliminated hadn't won before.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, we'll talk about those semi-finals in just a moment, but there are plenty of big events coming up here at the Super Series, and they're brought to you by the ADC.
A double 16 to become the tour champion. To enter fairy tale year of return of a title, double 4. WADC Windmill Championship Tour winner, Gemma Hayton! 100 now!
But that is a visit of a champion. For the chance nonetheless, this will be the first topper of the Championship Tour finals.
She has double 19, Shanghai in the 19s. And she does so.
Game started.
But she only needed the one.
Gemma Hayton!
ADC Global Champion the African Warrior, Devon Peterson!
Yeah, bringing you so much darts here on Pluto TV, and we are going to bring you, well, it's exciting, isn't it? Always a draw for a big tournament, and the ADC Global Championship draw will take place here on the 1st of November, 7 p.m. Put that date in your diary. Make sure you're tuned in a little earlier than normal. The draw for that event, 56 players in the hat and £60,000 and that magnificent trophy. On the way to the winner, can Devon Peterson keep hold of it? Today, of course, we saw the Winmore Tour Grand Final won by Graham Hall, and on the 22nd of November, we're going to see the WADC Grand Final featuring the likes of Lisa Ashton and Gemma Hayter, and the big one starts on the 1st of December, £150,000 prize fund, the ADC Global Championship, back at the Live Lounge, and all free on Pluto TV. A quick word on the ADC, Paul, because we did see Graham Hall win this afternoon. That was a lot of fun, great drama, and what the ADC is doing for amateur darts, they're really starting to have that payoff and that coverage now, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. I think everything's starting to spread in a good way. And what I've heard more than anything else over the last few weeks from people who haven't necessarily had tour cards before, but they are starting to get some traction with their darts, is I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the ADC. It sounds like it rhymes, doesn't it? But it has a ring to it. They're finding people and rediscovering talents that may have been lost if things had not come around with the ADC. So they need a great deal of congratulations in bringing this system to the masses, and it's only going to get bigger.
Right, to tonight's semi-finals. Jeff Smith actually is going to be in that ADC Global Championship as one of our series winners. That was his qualification route. It looks like a proper blockbuster event, this, doesn't it? Jeff Smith versus John Henderson.
Yeah, I mean, you've got Hendo, who's a World Cup winner, World Senior Champion, against a World Cup Singles Champion, who has also made a Lakeside final. I mean, what more do you want to know about Canada versus Scotland, two of the best players that their countries have ever produced? So, with all due respect to Owens and Spivey, the semi-finals is definitely headlined by the first one.
What's the final?
Oh, come on. I'm going to go, I think Owens might make his first final. I think Spivey's been slightly off this week. I think he's been surviving. I think Owens is turning up tonight, so I think he'll get through. And the way that Smith has been playing this week, I think he might edge it 4-3.
There you go. It wasn't that difficult, was it?
Yes, it was.
Right, let's get the semi-finals underway. Jeff Smith against John Henderson is the first.
How does he leave double 18 this time? Here we go. It's double 18. And Jeff Smith wins Group 1. The defense of the title will continue.
John Henderson is into the semi-finals and he sinks Martin Thomas in the process.
Hello and welcome to the Modus Super Series from the Live Lounge, Portsmouth. We are live on Pluto TV. It's now time for our first semi-final. Would you please welcome a former Lakeside winner and reigning Modus Super Series champion, Jeff Smith, and World Seniors champion and former World Cup winner, the Highlander, John Henderson.
Lewis Jones, a man with the mic on stage, master of ceremonies here at the Super Series, welcoming, well, what would have been many people's final tonight, I suppose, when they looked at the fixtures, but one of them will be knocked out at the semi-final stage, and it is a big, big deal this for Jeff Smith in particular, of course, looking to make it back-to-back Champions Weeks, looking to make it back-to-back series. John Henderson, though, he wins once a year here at the Live Lounge, and he hasn't won yet in 2025. This has all the makings of a Modus Super Series classic. Smith of Canada against Henderson of Scotland, and guiding you through the action in the first semi-final is back to Paul Nicholson and Henry Deacon.
Right, thank you very much, Murph, a former winner on this stage up against somebody who has made his stage his own in a different way, John Henderson, the former World Seniors Champion. In fact, it is 51 weeks since he won his last title here, Hendo. He picked up his victory in
Thank you, ladies
what
and
was
gentlemen.
series number
First
9
Jeff to throw
on
first.
October the 26th, 2024. And on October the 18th, 2025, he is hoping to taste success once again. If he is to do so, he has to get the better of Jeff Smith, the defending
60.
champion, whose route through to the semi-finals has, throughout the course of the week, been rather precarious. But tonight, if the truth be told, has been rather luxurious. 2 4-1 wins against Joe Croft and Sam Spivey, respectively, has seen him breeze into the final 4. But John Henderson, well, he's been pushed all the way in both of his games. He's won 1 and lost 1 in 7. He was defeated by Jamie Owens in his opener, but
100.
produced the performance of the night to get the better of Martin Thomas, an average of 101.28. And that was despite missing 10 darts at a double in that contest. Back-to-back 13 darters in the last 2 legs saw him pit Martin Thomas to the post, who averaged 97 at a ton and didn't even win a game.
It has been a high-quality evening.
95.
Thoroughly enjoyable to watch as a neutral. But there'll be many people around the world that know both John and Jeff, and will be thinking, this is an impossible game to watch. I mean, how do you possibly call this?
45.
Because you go through every single metric, it's almost impossible to separate, particularly if you have a look at the numbers for tonight. Yes, Jeff Smith, it's been a bit more comfortable for him, but we should also caveat the fact that both his opponents didn't really play great against him. Joe Croft averaged 77.
44.
Sam Spivey averaged 85, but Jeff did a very good job of shutting him down, where John Henderson in both his games has been pushed to the hilt by his opponents.
Well, I've got an idea. Whereas there isn't that much between the numbers for the night. Something might come into play, possibly in the middle of this game.
28.
Let's see if Smith can leave double 18 again. It has been working more often than not tonight.
Doesn't need it this time. Game shot.
He needed that, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Canadian. Now, here's my point. Jeff is playing his 28th game of the week. John, his 11th. I know they're well experienced. I know they've been through ridiculously long days playing challenge tours and different tournaments around the world, because they've literally been around the world many times. Now, I don't care who you are. If you're playing game 28 of the week, you're knackered. You are on vapor.
100.
Well, Jeff Smith will be hoping that there is a vapor trail to Champions Week. His name's on the wall.
100.
His face is on the wall. As a matter of fact, I think the people that run this tournament will probably hope he does retain the title, because there's not really too much more space to put some photographs up.
I just build another wall.
Well, that would certainly be a trump card idea, wouldn't it?
Well, plenty of people. We didn't used to have this studio up here.
57.
I think we know someone who can build a wall. I think Jeff could probably build it. And he could spray paint it too rather well.
Are you paying for the hotel then?
100.
Hey, it's not on me.
Well, Henderson here,
58.
hopeful that Smith couldn't find the treble, and those hopes spring eternal. So he's got 6 here from 200 to square this game up at 1 apiece. A semi-final, which beforehand promised so much. If we're going to be perfectly honest, it's been a sluggishly
100.
sedate start from the pair.
Hendo came into tonight with a win percentage of 88%.
92. John, you require 100.
He's only lost 2 games this week. That does not help him. Now this is a really interesting
Jeff, you
shot.
require 94.
No hesitation. He knows what he's doing. He's got the outer ring. And he's got a 2-0 lead as well.
Jeff Smith.
That's where the nickname comes from. He might not be the biggest scorer in the world,
to throw first.
but he is genuinely, around the world, noted for how clinical he can be on the doubles. He's won at every form of the game. Cricket, 501, soft tip, steel tip. I remember when he won a soft tip event in Kansas City. His friend Darren Webster was there, and when he came back to the UK, to the PDC Pro Tour, he just said, "You will not believe how well Jeff played over there." Everybody was there. Crutchmer was there.
140.
Largely seen as the best soft tip player in the world. Paul Lim was there. Chris Lim was there. And Jeff Smith beat them all.
81.
Boris Crutchmer is actually going to be here next week at the Live Lounge. Yet to win a title here. Was big favourite last time he played, but it was a week that was won eventually by Richard McKee.
Yeah, Boris ran into the bran muffin, didn't he? Richard, Mr. Branley.
140. Jeff, you require 167.
6 and 167 to go 3-0 to the good. John Henderson isn't a player that panics, but even he will begin to hear some alarm bells ring in the back of his head. Particularly after that, because Jeff Smith, for that setup turn, has left himself on double 18 after a dozen.
Well, you know what the opposite of don't panic is? If you're a fan of Dad's Army.
Jeff, you require 36.
If Smith hits double 18 or double 9.
27.
Well, the door is open.
John, you require 132.
So, John, you're not doomed. I know how good Jeff has been
92.
on splitting.
Jeff, you require 9.
A shot that involves double 4 or double 2,
No
but it's
score.
not a shot at a double. It's a big
John,
miss
you require 40.
at the single. Could that be a big turning point in this semi?
He probably makes an unforced
shot
error
on
like
the
that
third leg.
once a
John
year, but the
Henderson.
timing of that unforced error couldn't have been any worse. Henderson steps in, pins the tops,
Fourth leg
breaks
is
the throw,
John to throw
returns the
first.
game to
Game
throw
on.
at 2-1. Just has a little bit of a pep talk in the background, does Jeff, because he knows that that was a lapse of concentration at a crucial time, and it cost him so dearly.
I really do think that took
60.
Jeff by surprise. He was not thinking that could happen in any dimension. The person that he beat
96.
in a shootout game on Friday is sitting in the audience. And I like that Joshua Birksfield's in the audience because he's getting a taste of the Saturday night thinking, do you know what, I didn't make it, but I want to see what all the fuss is about.
180.
Well, Henderson's really beginning to make a fuss now, and really beginning to make his move.
140.
And in both of the games that he's played tonight, he's had to come back from some kind of upheaval. He was 3-1 down to Jamie Owens, took it all the way. Okay, he lost it 4-3. But against Martin
100.
Thomas, he found himself against the 8 ball, but managed to conjure something up.
How has he found that trouble?
John, you require 161.
Shots on. Not anymore. Henderson couldn't take 132.
119.
Smith gets
Jeff
his
require
chance
132.
to have a go at it.
Well, he's got the perfect guy for the ball if he could have found treble 19.
64.
Not to be.
John,
And
you
so
require
Hendo, who was
42.
2-0 down in this contest, has an opportunity to square up. It's double top.
22.
That is a big chance.
Jeff, you
missed.
require
He's missed a few
68.
darts at tops tonight. In the middle of matches. It's going to be 16s for Jeff. All down to dart 3.
32. John, you require 20.
Both players are beginning to feel the heat a little bit here. And Hendo's chasing around.
15.
And he's handed another
Jeff, you
opportunity to
require
Jeff Smith.
36.
Veronica can't look.
It's horrible watching.
Game
And
shot in
Smith
the
doesn't
full
miss
play.
this time.
Jeff Smith.
The defence of the title has taken another step in a positive
Fifth leg is
sense.
Jeff to throw first.
2025
Game on.
might not be a winning year for Hendo here at the Modus Super Series. This is desperation darts from Smith. He is holding on to that trophy and saying, "You're not having it, it's mine."
In terms of title
123.
defences, we've spoken about Luke Little winning a week. In terms of defending champions getting to finals, Scott Taylor did it in Series 7, lost to Neil Duff. Andreas Harrison did so in Series 8. He lost to
58.
Richard Wolans. Marvin van Velzen lost to Scott Taylor in the final in Series 9, Week 8. And obviously Darius hasn't been back.
121.
Jensen Walker did not make it through to the Saturday night.
If Jeff does get through to the final and he wins and gets to Champions Week again, he's going to be spending a lot of time in Portsmouth at the end of the year
96.
with as many medals around his neck as Michael Phelps. Slight over-exaggeration, I know.
85. Jeff, you
But
require
it is a chance
167.
to finish it off, and he doesn't need to do it at this visit. 131 is the magic number.
131.
Hence, it's 36 again to take one step further to a possible Champions Week defence.
80.
Well, for John Henderson, it's been a week where his
Jeff,
form
you
has been
require
rediscovered,
36.
but maybe not that winning touch refound. It's double 18 for Jess Smith.
Game shot.
The
and the
defending
match,
champion
Jeff Smith.
is one game away from a return to the red carpet occasion. Jess Smith gets the better of John Henderson by 4 legs to 1, and he'll take on either Jamie Owens or Sam Spivey. They're the only two players now that stand between him and his title defence going all the way to Champions Week. And it is Owens and Spivey in that second semi-final, and that's coming up in a few moments' time.
$54. Charlie require 164. $44. $32. Charlie require 120.
Well, 120. He's got a fair, at least 2 handfuls of this. Just needs to stay
60.
there. That's a good shot. Halves his score, leaves himself on a 2-darter.
$26. Charlie
Time on his
require
side
60.
to become back-to-back singles champion.
40.
Definitely a couple of nerves in those last 2 darts, but he'll be coming back.
It's a moment he's been in before this situation. Standing at the back of the stage, approaching the jockey with a chance to win the title.
He did this to win the first title, if you remember.
11.
I think he's gone. I think he's gone to bust it, maybe. The first title he wanted 20. He went 6-7-7 to win it. He had a chance to replicate it again.
Yeah, I get the feeling that was for a bust.
39.
And on that situation there, George Scaife wasn't even able to take it out going to the 18s on that switch.
Yeah, I think he just panicked a bit, but he's done well to get that big one.
Sometimes can be the hardest part.
Georgia requires 79.
This is it. It's got to be 19s. It's got to be 19s for this shot. Big 20 and a double. He's got the first one. He's going to get a match dart here.
Threw the entire body into that one. Just didn't want to let go of the dart.
No score.
He's given George a chance.
Georgia require 20.
I think George has been quite good on double 10 today.
So many opportunities for Charlie Murphy. Couldn't get the job done.
The match! And the Red Dragon
George
Modus
Scaife.
Super Series Influencers Champion, George Scaife!
And on it goes. That is Jeff Smith's title defence still intact. The winner of Series 11 is through to the Week 7 final in Series 12. Victory against John Henderson, of course, sealed on double 18 for a 4-1 triumph for Jeff Smith. That has been the way he's rolled tonight, hasn't it? 4-1 wins throughout the evening. Coming up next, then we'll determine who Smith will face in the final. It's semi-final 2 time as Jamie Owens takes on Sam Spivey.
Here comes the
Because back-to-back 13 darters has sealed Jamie Owens' place in the final.
He's decided to go Jeff Smith style.
And that double 4 sees Sam.
Hello and welcome back. This is the Modus Super Series from the Live Lounge, Portsmouth. We are live on Pluto TV. It's now time for our second semi-final. Would you please welcome a former Modus Super Series runner-up, Seaside, Sam Spivey, an ADC Northeast belt holder, J-Lo, Jamie Owens.
Trapping out the ghost. 7-figure payment, time is money, gotta go. Addicted to the game, for the show. Met her at the party, she was playing with a big dog. I could get the highs and the lows. 5-star sweet, she ain't never going home. New Kelly Birkin, red bottoms on her soul. Maybach Virgil, only 150 sold. Diamonds in my
Yeah, 2 different characters in this one. Expect a contrast in styles from this darting duo. The serene Sam Spivey, who plays like a man that lives by the seaside, doesn't he? One hand in his pocket, the other one throwing a treble 20. More often than not, taking on the ultra-aggressive Jamie Owens, who will leave everything on that stage. A 36-year-old looking to progress past the semi-final stage for the first time. Unlike, of course, his opponent, who, as was mentioned there by the MC Lewis Jones, the runner-up in Series 10. Can he make it back to Champions Week in Series 12? The winner will take on the Series 11 champion, Jeff Smith. And talking through the action are Paul Nicholson and Henry Deacon.
Well, the Crofty crew is still here, despite the fact that Joe Croft is out of the competition. but watching J-Lo on the telly on a Saturday night, it's like watching MTV in the mid-2000s,
Thank you,
isn't
ladies
it?
and gentlemen. First leg is Jamie to throw first.
As for
Game on.
Seaside Sam, he's somebody that doesn't care about names, reputations, how somebody approaches or goes about their business. In matter of fact,
100.
Sam Spivey, over the course of the Group B campaign on Thursday and Friday, was able to deal with Jamie Owens on Thursday evening, and then in terms of the meeting between
60.
the pair last night, Spivey would actually, on Thursday, he lost to Jamie Owens by 4-3, but then would win the reverse on Friday night
85.
in Group B. So 1-1 in terms of their head-to-heads for the week. And to be fair, there's not been many occasions where there has been many head-to-heads between the pair. It was only Jeff Smith and Joe Croft in the opening match of the night where anybody else had played anybody else. And Jeff Smith hasn't played either Jamie Owens or Sam Spivey this week. It's the defending champion, the
60.
man who awaits in the final, looking to extend his title defence into Champions Week. But this is a semi-final, which
100.
I'll be perfectly honest with you, Nico. I'm really struggling to rack my brains about, because I don't really know who goes off favourite, and I don't really know how this game's going to play out.
I'm with you there, 100%. I've been surveying Sam's numbers from the last 3 days, and I'm convinced of one thing.
59.
Every now and
Jamie
again,
require 160.
in the week that he plays, he puts in one performance that is blockbuster. He hasn't done it yet. Is it in the locker this week?
60.
Because if it is, the time to get it is pretty much now, or if he can survive this game, in the final. The highest average he's had is 92.06.
100. Jamie,
That
you
was in the
require
Heenahan
100.
game that he needed to win.
J-Lo looking at tops, but that first start, as you can see, ricocheted
60.
into dart 2 and just
Sam
about
require
stayed in after dart 3.
124.
He has left himself on tops if Spivey cannot find the 1-2-4, but he should get a guarantee of a dart at the bull. When he gets better than that, double 11, this would be a pinch. That would have been a steal, and that would have been a big
Jamie,
break
you
for Sam
require
Spivey. But
40.
Jamie Owens will come back, perhaps heart in hand a little bit.
Game shot in the first leg.
He's been really good at
Jamie
that bed
Owens.
over the course of the night, hasn't he? He shows a lot more emotion
Second leg, it's
than
Sam to
Spivey
throw
does.
first. Game on.
Chris Murphy was absolutely right on that note. Who would Jeff Smith rather play?
43.
I think he'd rather play Spivey.
Mainly because he's got a number over him this evening.
Oh, yeah.
46.
He might have seen enough of Jamie Owens this week. Saw him the first 3 days of the week.
180.
That's more like it. And interestingly, Jeff Smith's record tonight,
100.
12-3 up. That's impressive. Everything for everybody else is a little tighter. Just like the last 6 starts from Sam.
Polo Mint Maxis from Sam Spivey.
Sounds like a Christmas treat.
140.
18th
Sam,
of October,
you require
Nico.
98.
Well, this is for a potential 11 darter. If he wants to persevere with double
Game
19,
shot in the
he
second
does, he
leg.
gets it.
Sam
It just about
Spivey.
dangles in.
Wow! 8 perfect darts to finish
Third
the
leg is
second
Jamie
leg.
to throw first.
That performance
Game on.
has arrived.
Well, you know, if the first dart goes into the treble 20, 9 perfect darts, don't clickbait challenge impossible.
180.
Jamie Owens piles in a max of his own. This semi-final's beginning to heat up.
Forget about getting good. This game is good. As far as getting is concerned, it could get great.
140.
That little pause, it was for the right reasons, but he was just out of rhythm on dart 6.
100.
Well, Jay would be glad of the fact it was only a ton. 140 would still felt a bit of pressure here.
$65.
Really smart play. Really good leg this from Jamie Owens. Spivey needs to find St. Big again. Oh, finding St. Big he is. Oh, that's a whopper.
165.
That is an absolute whopper from Spivey.
That's a white horse is what that is. That's what they call it when you get 3 massive trebles in different departments. However, it's tops to end an amazing leg of darts.
76.
It was the pause again. Sam Spivey here is on for back-to-back 11 dart legs. 12 will do. But what's the MO? Well, the MO was double top first.
56. Jamie, you require 40.
Get that out the way with, and then if he gets a dart at a double to win the leg, it's at a clean target.
A little bit of a reaction there from Spivey as well, which is rare. And he's now 2-1 behind to a Jamie Owens who's been playing very, very well tonight. He came into the semis averaging just shy of 95. 3 maximums and 47% on his doubles. He's brought the quality into the semis. He really has turned up today.
$86.
There is a couple of wild ones for Jamie. But Spivey, when he's in this type of form, you see with some players, they start like this and you think, oh, at some point they're going to relent. But you almost expect him to stay at this level.
You know what I'm talking about with Sam. Let's say he's playing Group B on a Thursday night.
60.
He'll average 85, he'll chuck in an 87, and then there's a 91, and then the other one's about 103. This is that performance. It's just a question of whether he can time the shots well enough to get enough shots to win the match. Because at the minute, he's averaging 109 and he's losing.
The most important leg of this match is going to be the 5th leg. Because you suspect Spivey should win this leg from this position. He's maintaining a good standard. Jamie Owens is just beginning to slip a little bit. And you get the sense that Owens is going to have to push on throw in the next if it's to be a level game at 2-2.
84.
Which you would suspect so because Spivey's left tops after 12. And his double hitting's been fairly good tonight.
Do you know what's funny? Murph and I, before the semis, said the first one was the blockbuster. This is the better game.
40.
They always say you save the main event for second. If this double 10 don't go,
20.
Owens has a dart for 3-1. He's nigh on 12 points behind his opponent in the averages, but could be too clear.
This is a free hit. But he might just hit it. It could be a home run.
138. Sam, you require 20.
But getting back to base could be Sam. Double 5. Biggest start of the match.
15.
Biggest
Jamie,
mistake of the match.
The calmest man in the house. Lost his composure at the big moment. Sam Spivey has outscored Jamie Owens in this semi-final.
That one's kicked.
9.
See how that dart flattened out? It made
Sam,
dart 3 very
5.
difficult. That's why he had to move right.
Well, Spivey has to feel like he's got away with one here. Double 2 for 2-2.
Game shot in the 4th leg. Sam Spivey.
Best of 3 time to see who's going to make it through to the final. Jamie Owens has never done so before. Sam Spivey has done on a couple of occasions.
I'm with you. At the end of the previous visit, I thought Spivey was having a Humpty Dumpty moment. He was cracking.
85.
But for some reason, he's knit himself back together again with an incredible 5 checkout.
Well, it was the 4 points of the apocalypse there for
96.
Jamie Owens.
Well, that's line of the week.
60. 59.
It's so quiet in here and so tense, you could feel a drip of sweat fall on a velvet cloth.
44.
It's like the eye of the storm, this place. You know something's about to happen, but we're in the eye of it, and that's where all the calmness is.
140.
Well, forget Seaside Sam. Maybe he should be called Stormy Sam. I need to stop giving the guy nicknames.
I think we're in storm season, aren't we? The last thing we need is Storm Sam. Well, is Trigger the kind of guy who's got 4 broom handles and 2 broom heads, but he's still got the same one for about 25 years?
Well, yeah, apparently he's got the same set of darts, but he's changed points 5 times, changed barrel 6 times, and changed flight 12 times.
58.
Big passenger plate.
Sam, you require
Spivey threatening the
66.
break, and he's 66 points away from doing exactly that. But that is a rarefied error. However, it's not a cataclysmic one. Because if he can find single 17, he heads up to double top.
Game shot in the 5th
That
leg. Sam Spivey.
is a doff your cap kind of tops. Under pressure, 1 in hand, having missed a single. That shows his class and
6th leg,
quality.
it's Sam to throw first.
I think losing that 4th leg has
Game on.
dented the armour of Owens. He's never made a final here before. He's looking to get to a new pasture. Spivey has been
60.
to multiple finals on this stage. And the gift you get if you make it is to play someone who's been in more than either of these, of course.
97.
And I think the problem you got as well is if you're Jamie Owens, you saw a sign of vulnerability from Sam Spivey in that 4th leg, or at least towards the latter end of it. And when you see someone like him crack, you have to make the most part of it.
96.
He didn't. Spivey won the leg, and now he's trying to get his claws in on J-Lo.
The end of that 4th leg is without a doubt the biggest moment in this match.
96.
There can't realistically be many troubleless visits from here for Jamie.
But there is one from
58.
Sam, and he's pretty much taken the throw in this leg. Chin up.
They'll be feeling the pressure, but they say that pressure is a privilege. Isn't this what this is all about?
98.
Former ADC qualifiers making it here. And then because of successes, they're getting invites. If you're feeling pressure, it's because
100.
you've put yourself in this position to try and succeed in a different way.
The great Billie Jean King came up with that particular quote, and one of her other quotes was to see it, you've got to be it. And
138.
Jamie Owens is hoping to do exactly that tonight, and he may well wrestle this game back on throw and take us all the way. Spivey needs a treble here. He's just beginning to crack again.
95.
But that's a huge last dart.
Jamie, you require
It's
72.
one dart probably for a last leg.
Game on or game over. Over to you, Jamie. You've hit big shots on a Saturday night before. You need it again.
52.
It could be the end, and he knows it.
Sam, you require 92.
He is an oasis of calm as a player, but even his heart will be beating 10 to a dozen, and now he's left with a decision to make. He goes double-double, couldn't find the first. And so Jamie Owens is going to
56.
get 3 darts in his hand, a double 10
Jamie, you require
to take
20.
us all the way.
Lefties love 10s usually.
Game shot on the 6th leg, Jamie Owens.
One leg to see who makes the final. And that was a break.
7th and final leg is Jamie to throw first.
Now the benefit of winning your group
Game
really
on.
does shine.
Oh, what a first dart that is. If he kicks off 140, Sam Spivey is
140.
under it. Seaside could be sinking in the quicksand before too long. But what a response.
But if you can perform in moments like this, there aren't many moments where you can't perform. because this is what it's all about.
125.
Tremendous darts. 9 darts thrown, 6 trebles.
And prop to Jamie Owens, the recovery after that single 5. That could have been catastrophic. He's going to have control of this last leg.
57.
He's got big control of this last leg. 6 and 2-3-6 for the final for the first time. Survived the mid-match wobble. Survived the mid-match burst of Spivey.
60.
But he's come up trebleless. 140 here. Spivey's first to a finish all of a sudden.
$100.
That is clinging on to the nth degree. He still needs mistakes from the man from Stockton on tees, and I would get away with that. He's going to stay up there. What a dart that is. That might be the contender for dart of the week.
Tops after 12 in the last leg decider. And Sam Spivey is hanging on to the cliff edge of his fingernails right now. This
44.
for J-Lo is for the final for the first
Jamie,
time.
you require 40.
Sam Spivey looks like he's condemned to his fate.
Game
because
shot.
J-Lo
And
is going to be
Owens.
into the Saturday night showpiece for the first time. He said he wanted to better the semi-final heartbreak this time last year. Well, he's got one better, and he's going to take on the defending champion Jess Smith for a place through to Champions Week for the first time. Sam Spivey, the former series runner-up, isn't going to get a chance to try and right that particular wrong. It's going to be the defending champion Jess Smith who takes on Jamie Owens for a place into Champions Week. And the final will take place in around about 15 minutes' time.
You will be disappointed with that. He wanted to have
Graham
one dart.
requires 20.
Graham Usher wins the first game of Champions Night, and it was an absolute ripper. He hit one of them on tops. He missed one on double 12. Which one is it? It's the hit.
Outside opportunity for Andy Hamilton. Van der Velde should be getting a match start again here. He's already had one. Mr. Darter tops for the match to win 4-1. And Darter double 16 gets the job done there for Jurgen van der Velde. He gets over the line with a 4-2-6.
Did he go for tops, or did he just overshoot the single? Jimmy doesn't care. Jimmy just looks to eat this up to make the semi-finals for the second time. Adam Gablas has been eliminated. Keep us guessing. This time he's trying to leave double 18. He knows best, and he takes the lead. He's 2 darts away
Jeff requires 86.
from a Super Series final. He's 1 dart away. He doesn't need any more darts. Jeff Smith makes the Series 11 final. Is Usher losing his cool a little bit here?
Oh, absolutely. Right now, I'd say the head's gone. And you don't have long to recover. It is very, very short format darts. Vansky's halfway to victory.
He only needs one more. Jimmy Vansky is yet again into a Modus Super Series final.
Flashback vibes. Can Jimmy Vansky do the same? Just needs the one treble here on the 19s. Finds it. For the ball.
101.
Oh, unlucky. A lot of pressure on it. He's going to split it. 2 darts for double 4 for the match.
Game. Shot. And the Modus Super Series 11 champion, Jeff
Welcome back to the Modus Super Series, where the final is now set. Jeff Smith will take on Jamie Owens in this week's curtain closer after Smith got the better of John Henderson 4-1 and Jamie Owens defeated Sam Spivey by 4 legs to 3. Paul Nicholson is alongside me. Paul, we said that there would be a blockbuster semi-final, and we've just seen one, haven't we?
Yeah, we said it would be the first one. It actually ended up being the second one. Fair play to Jamie. The way he was able to perform in that last leg decider tells you a lot about his confidence at this point in time. Spivey hit him hard in the middle of that match, and there was a little wobble from Owens, but he weathered it really well, and he gave himself the chance to serve it out, and he did so with a world-class leg.
He's got that obvious determination to succeed, hasn't he? Really hungry, really animated, borderline aggressive in the way that he plays the game. The traits that have served other players really well, and it does seem to be him being himself, doesn't it? Do you think that's going to serve him well, not just tonight, but any career he has in the future?
And if you think about what he was like when he first came here, he's learning. He's trying to temper the way he approaches the game. I don't think he's as aggressive as he was, but the best dart I've seen from him all week was the second dart of that visit. If he flicks the first flight a little bit more, that could easily fall on the floor. It was a wonderful dart, and it set up a great match-winning chance. It's easy to look at his build and his attitude and say that he's a left-handed Gezi Price, but I think he's a bit more complex than that. He's definitely a bit more green around the gills than Price, but he's got a very similar attitude, very hungry, very talented, and now has a chance to get his first weekly title.
Similar story as well, having played another sport to a high level for Jamie Owens. It's a prolific goal scorer, actually, as a footballer as well. But he dealt with an opponent who, we said it well in the build-up to the match, you repeated it during the game, that is the total opposite. He's not going to give him anything back, is he? So in a way, it's even harder to play someone with such a contrast in styles.
If you're an aggressive player, you need someone to feed you, someone to fuel you. And if you're playing a vanilla player, which, trust me, is not a slight on Sam Spivey.
I like vanilla.
So do I. But if someone is not feeding you, then it's harder for you to give it back. When someone gives it to you, you immediately, organically want to give it to them as well. But Sam's not like that. He's like your little brother. And you don't want to beat up your little brother, but Jamie had to at that point. Everybody knows how dangerous Sam is. He's going to have a wonderful 2026, I'm sure. But 2025 for him is done here at the Modus Super Series, and the best it could be would be a final in a previous series.
Done for John Henderson as well, but without a title to his name this year. What went wrong for John in that semi-final?
I just get the feeling he hit the wall a little bit. I don't think his stage endurance was tested greatly over the first couple of nights, but maybe tonight was where he just hit a bit of a hurdle and he wasn't able to find the right spots. And double top didn't give him as much joy tonight as it had over the last couple of days. So whereas on Thursday and Friday he was hitting the shots that he needed to at the right times, tonight he was offering a couple extra chances. And on Saturday nights you just can't do that.
Well, it is Jeff Smith and Jamie Owens who will contest the Week 7 final. But here is a taste of what's coming up in Week 8.
Not to be once again for Tom Sykes.
Scott Taylor! Lebanowski!
Give Sykes a shot at the bullseye. Oh, yes! Stop it! Just stop it!
Baron Sherrick wants treble 19. And now double 12 to become the first ever female player to hit a televised 9-dart finish. Baron Sherrick.
To recompose himself, he finds the treble. Kirchmar, how about this? He's obviously going to go for it, and he's obviously going to get it. 1-6-1 to kickstart the Group 1 campaign. Kirchmar.
Matthew Edgar.
Could be the real defining moment Edgar absolutely loves. Big dart. Big moments. Get ready shouts.
Paul Hogan. Yes. Oh, yes.
Game's on a 6 leg.
Oh, yes, indeed.
But there is no problems here.
It's the Fawn, Robert Morton!
Yeah, Monday morning, 9:30, Group A gets underway. Robert Thornton returns along with Tom Sykes, twice a runner-up here at the Super Series. Boris Krichmar from Croatia joins Jake Jones, Daniel Larson and a debutant George Monios. Fallon Sherrock makes her long-awaited return, as does Matthew Edgar in Group B. Paul Hogan there as well. Scott Baker, Richard Rowlands and Aaron Gill completing the Week 8 lineup. Paul Nicholson is still alongside me ahead of the Week 7 final, and we didn't get a chance to speak much about Jeff Smith in that match against John Henderson, but he's won all his games comfortably tonight. The total opposite story to the week that he's had. What's he going to be thinking and feeling right now, being so close to a little bit of history here at the Super Series?
I was talking about this yesterday afternoon. I was looking into his career and seeing how likely it is for him to defend a title. The Seacoast Open, he'd won 3 years in a row, and that is a tournament that is held in Boston, Massachusetts. As for anything else that he's won of note in his career, he hasn't defended it. Interesting, isn't it? So this time around, he'd really like to defend it. He'd like to have the chance, let's put it that way. And 12-3 up for the night, based on legs won and legs lost. It's pretty bright. But this is going to be his stiffest test. It has to be. Yeah, I mean, it's a funny old title to defend, the Super Series title, isn't it? Because you've actually got to win 4 weeks in a row to defend the ultimate prize. But only Luke Littler has won a series and then returned for the next Champions Week. He's going to be in incredible company if he gets it done. Yeah, it could be 3 medals in 4 months. Weekly, series, weekly. So this could be a really important night for Jeff, and it could change his plans as well, because he might have to come back to Portsmouth earlier, considering he's in the ADC Global. So there's a lot on the line here. We've got the new upstart, up-and-coming player in Jamie Owens, Jeff Smith, who is a defending champion. This series has delivered, pretty much half and half of those kind of stories. Which way does this one go? Yeah, you've got multiple winners, 3 of them so far. You've got first-time winners, 3 of them. But I think the biggest thing coming into this one is that Jamie Owens has played Jeff Smith 3 times this week, and he's beaten Jeff 3 times. So maybe he is the silencer's boogeyman. We're about to find out. We certainly are, so let's do it. Without further ado, it is time for the final.
Here comes the
It's double 18 for Jeff Smith. The defending champion is 1 game away from a return to the red carpet occasion. It looks like he's condemned to his fate, because J-Lo is going to be into the Saturday night showpiece for the first time.
Hello and welcome back to the Modus Super Series from the Live Lounge, Portsmouth. We are live on Pluto TV. It's now time for the final. Would you please welcome a former Lakeside runner-up, the silencer, Jeff Smith, and ADC Northeast belt holder, Jamie Owens.
Here we go then. Jamie Owens and Jeff Smith make their way to the stage for this showdown that signals the end of Week 7 in Series 12, and it is a final that features the winner of Series 11. Jeff Smith, the Canadian, conquered all in the last series, and he's looking to go back-to-back. The only other player to have even won and come back to a Champions Week is Luke Littler. Of course, he went on to win it. Jamie Owens, though, what he's got further than he's ever managed before. Is he going to reign supreme tonight, or will Smith seal a sweet success and a return to have a tilt at that title defence at Champions Week? It is champion versus challenger in the company of Paul Nicholson and Henry Deacon.
Contender ready, champion ready, and it does feel somewhat of a gladiatorial duel between this pair. Jamie Owens limbers up ahead of one of the biggest games that he's ever played. Jeff Smith has been there, done it.
First leg is
and won it on
Jamie
this
to throw
stage
first.
before. He's won it all on this stage before. A man who's played
Game
in
on.
Lakeside Finals, a man who's played at the Alexandria Palace, a man who's won at Madison Square Gardens in the North American Championship. But he takes on Jamie Owens, who early on this year picked up the
57.
Northeast title in the ADC. That was a springboard for him to then qualify for the Global Championships. And it's fair to say that he's pushing his game slowly but surely into a direction which sees him
97.
compete for weekly titles. But my goodness, Paul Nicholson, for a player to play in your first final like this, Jeff Smith is as awkward a customer as they come.
100.
There is a story to be had there.
Oh, I know, it's cake-worthy, this game. But apparently somebody's celebrating their birthday whilst watching this final tonight.
96.
So, we have Jeff on the stage. We have Jamie on the stage. We have George on the stage. And Colin watching. The caterpillar, that is.
81.
But this is a big moment for both players. Somebody's coming back to Portsmouth next month. Either Jeff has got to
58.
change his flight, or Jamie's going to have to buy more fuel.
I hate to break it to you, Nico, but I don't think Colin's watching. I think he's been eaten.
186.
But it certainly hasn't been a
95.
piece of cake for Jamie Owens. And that man must be thinking, well, what on earth happened this evening? Because Martin Thomas tonight averaged
98.
100.12 and 97.64 in both his games. He missed just 2 darts and a double all night, but yet got pulled like a piece of pork.
17.
Yeah, this has been a brutal
Jeffrey
week.
Require 152.
And it's not done yet. That was a really bad turn for Owens. Good approach from Smith. This
Jamie, you
really
require
should have been easier than
151.
151. That's not going to be found. Smith's favourite double 18
97. Jeff, you require 24.
is on the other side this time. He has to go to 12s. A squint, followed by disappointment. And now followed
Game
by
shot in the first leg.
glee.
Jeff Smith.
Before that shot, these two
Second
were
leg
neck
is
and
Jeff
neck
to throw
on
first.
doubles for the night. 12
Game on.
hits, 28 shots for 43%. That's world class. But the advantage of throw's already been lost.
180.
And Jeff Smith is running riot.
He is seeing a finishing line here, and he is making a run towards it.
45.
Jamie, he says, he's been saying it a few times.
$60.
Fascinating battle. We can talk all we like about the fact that
59.
Mr. Littler is the only person to have come back to a Champions Week after winning a series. It illustrates just how difficult it is to win a title after winning a
91.
series. But this is probably the best chance that anybody's had since then. Because it really feels in the early portion of this game that Owens
40.
is not quite on
Jeff,
it.
you require 170.
And maybe Smith is getting Owens at the right time.
Well, he didn't have to take out the 170. He's not going to.
85.
But my goodness, has he got a more than vice-like grip on this final right now.
It would be very Super Series if Owens
57.
were to beat Smith three
Jeff, you
times in
require
Group A,
85.
and then the only win that Smith gets is in the final at the end of the week. Just typical Super Series mystery.
45 left.
45 left. That'll do.
Jamie Owens is in a sea of trouble right now. Smith's left himself with his favourite double 18, and the mood he's in tonight, you suspect that Owens ain't coming back in this leg.
36.
There might be the last 3 darts he throws, and he may have to think about a 2-0 deficit to overcome.
He didn't have to do that. He could have hit a 10. I think he's realised that he could have split that. And now he probably will.
Jeff, you require 18.
Why change the habit of a lifetime? 2-0, Jeff Smith.
Put that in the back of a
Third
t-shirt.
leg, it's Jamie to throw first.
In the middle of that leg, Jeff was starting to look slightly uncomfortable. There's a little bit of taking the glasses off, wiping the eyes. This is hard work. This is game 29 of the weekend 96. For Jamie. This is game 27. 56 games of darts between them this week. This is Iron Man darts.
100.
Well, it's like a 10,000 metre race. 10-metre race might be a little bit shorter. It's a bit like a 10,000 metre race where 2 athletes are neck and neck and they head towards the line, absolutely puffed out, but knowing they need to find something just that little bit more to cross the finishing line.
This is why when you practice, you subscribe to the 20% rule. You do what you need to, and then you measure how much you've done, and then you play another 20%. Because when you're uncomfortable for that 20%, it gets you darts fitter for moments like this.
And there is no more enduring discipline than this.
Look how uncomfortable he is. Can you blame him?
196.
Games like this, if the adrenaline doesn't take over, feet start to hurt, knees, back, elbow, shoulders, head, everything. But you play through it. It's like playing in a jam jar.
It's interesting as well. I spoke to Jamie Owens on Thursday, and this is the first time that he's done this on his own. He's usually had friends, family round to support him. But
Jamie,
this time, he wanted to be a man in isolation, a man who wanted to be full business and do the job on his own. He's not going to get the job done on the 136. And maybe now, this would have been a moment where he could have done with some of his mob just to kind of give him some kind of encouragement.
I get the feeling people back in Teesside are having a late night snack of fingernails. Fingernails on toast.
96. Jamie, you
I wouldn't recommend.
54.
Nobody's on toast right now. Jamie might be if he misses this, though.
34.
Oh, no.
Jeff, you require 90.
There could be trouble ahead.
You can tell when a player's feeling it when they shout their name a lot, and that's what Jamie Owens is doing right now. Jeff Smith locked his eyes in on that double 15,
Jamie,
but it clips the barrel the wrong way. Owens has got a chance here to get into the game.
Smith tried to loft that one over the top, and I think he was better off trying to move it around by going left.
Game shot in the third leg. Jamie
2 vital
Owens.
misses for the silencer, and Jamie Owens is back in this final.
Back to 2-1.
Fourth leg is Jeff
back
to
on
throw
front.
first. Game
But
on.
still, Smith holds the cards.
Yeah, that could have been a double break. Do we see more 90 checkouts?
91.
Or should I say 90 checkout attempts on double 15 than ever before? I think double 15, if it were a pair of jeans, they'd be bell bottoms.
180.
Well, that shot was as tight as a pair of tapered jeans.
140.
That's been a bit of a problem, hasn't it? Those darts that have diverted and veered off
38.
either side, left or right. And Smith will sense this opening.
Say no more. Maximum followed by 38.
60.
But he's still in the leg.
$99.
Who's the favourite for leg 4 now? Yeah, good luck picking that one out.
Jeff Smith slenderly, but that's all dependent on this visit. Needs to find a treble.
94.
Gets a treble to give himself at least a manageable finish.
Oh, that's a finish that could involve double 18.
He's
won every game he's played tonight 4-1. But he's decided to go downstairs. Tops. Well, I think he dropped it and he caught it. Does he catch the fourth leg? Oh, what a shot that is.
Jeff Smith.
Say no more. He said it. That's a dangerous catch, that. If you don't know where that dart is and you try to catch it, anything could happen.
Game on.
The right thing to do is to let it fall on the floor.
Well, he has just hit Jamie Owens with a proverbial baseball bat there, because Owens was sat in situ to level up at 2-2 just when there was 1 or 2 question marks of Jeff Smith. And then he finds that 116 out to wrestle the game in his favour, and he's 1 leg away from returning to Champions Week to defend his title.
There's a Belgian restaurant in Portsmouth that Jeff goes to every time he's in town. He's spending so much time
44.
in this place that he's going to need a loyalty card. This is classic old school darts. When you're trying to win a game, you're tunning down, just guaranteeing that one big treble. And he's got Jamie Owens in all sorts of bother. Do you think he's going to score another ton here?
Well, that first start sat for more. No, he's not going to score a ton.
131.
Yeah, but he might win the week on a 170. He's already hit one this week. We nicknamed it for him the Big Lobster.
95.
This would be some way to make it back to Champions Week.
He has got the luxury of 6 with Jamie on a bogey.
60.
Hasn't cleaned up, so treble here makes life a little bit interesting. And there is the first. There's a second. There's a potential plot twist.
Jeff, you require 110.
But it's only 1 treble needed here. That treble's treble 17. And this time he hasn't got it.
78. Jamie, you require 32.
Keep it going. And to force the defending champion to serve this jackpot match out.
Amazing marker. Now there's a problem. What
James
problem?
on the 5th egg.
My
Jamie
word,
Owens.
bend it like Jamie Owens if you dare. No hesitation.
6th egg is Jeff to throw first. Game on.
Well, all Jamie Owens could have done from 3-1 down is force Jeff Smith to serve it out in leg 6. That's what he's done. Step 1 of the journey completed.
140.
Persevered despite the ropey dart below the treble. Finds a 140. Forces the issue of Jamie Owens.
85.
That third dart from Smith was thrown very, very hard.
$96.
Very, very good. A good backup shot. He's forcing Owens to get 2 60s minimum. That's what he's got. He is clinging on for dear life. I'm loving this from Jamie Owens. He's showing real character here.
He's going to make Jeff Smith work for him. He gets it at all, and that's a mistake. That's an error. And Jamie Owens has overturned potentially the throw here if he can find something big. But there's the slip again at the worst possible time.
45.
There's an argument to say this is the biggest game that Jamie's ever played. But when you're Jeff at 49 years of age, big games
45.
are pretty normal. But he is human, and he's had 2 bad visits back to back. That is wild.
171.
Wildly brilliant.
This guy is so gutsy.
83.
Well, that leaves Jeff
Jamie,
on
you require
98.
60.
Owens is going to get 2 darts at a double to take us the distance. It's double top. And if he doesn't get it, Jeff Smith is going to get a shot at 98 to win the match and win the week.
What a marker.
20.
98 is a
Jeff, you
pesky
require
finish.
98.
It's really, really difficult. But he gets 2 at double 19. That was a very aggressive attempt. He's had a shot to get back to
87.
Champions Week.
Jamie, you
There's no
require
guarantee he gets
40.
any more. He really went for that second dart.
Again, a good guide. Can he sneak it in off the barrel? Well, that's what he tried to do, and he found the only part of the board he couldn't find the double with.
I don't know how that didn't go in.
1.
Does Jeff
you
Smith
require
again
11.
hit double 4 to win on the Super Series stage?
Three.
Not this time.
Jamie, you require 39.
Match darts are multiplying for the silencer. And I think you'll hear a noise if this double 16 goes. Jamie Owens has battled all night, and he's taken this final to a last leg decider. He had to battle past John Henderson 4-3. He had to battle past Martin Thomas despite his opponent averaging a ton, and he had to battle past Sam Spivey in a last leg decider. If he makes it through to Champions Week, he's had to do it the hard way. And importantly as well, he won the bull up in the practice room and so has the honour in the decider.
It is now advantage Owens.
86.
He had the darts in the last leg of the semi against Spivey. He used them brilliantly. But this game is eerily similar
134.
to week 1 of Series 11 when Jeff Smith beat Danny Ayres. It is frighteningly similar.
100.
Well, it's a bit like earlier on. Do you remember when Kurt Parry missed a multitude of doubles to win the Tour Championship? Graham Hall pipped him at the post. Is
100.
Jamie Owens going to do something similar here?
That's an amazing dart.
123.
That visit is better than amazing. Smith has got to leave a finish here, you feel.
My word, this is a big dart.
60.
He doesn't get it. Jamie Owens has 6 to win this final. A final that he's never led. A final that at times he's looked completely out of. But it's a final he's in control of now.
You don't go for the 180 here.
136.
That's a very wise play. Smith can only pressurise. But for the first time in this final, it is not in Jeff's hands.
85.
And look at how Jamie Owens is limping up in the background. Perhaps the biggest moment of his career so far. Double top for a first weekly win.
Game shot and the match and the Series 12 Week 7 Modus Super Series champion Jamie Owens.
For the first time, Jamie Owens is a weekly winner at the Live Lounge. J-Lo has reached his Super Series high and he has ended Jeff Smith's quest to defend the Super Series title. The silencer will be going to Champions Week and an inspired man, Jamie Owens, will be heading there for the very first time. These two might be going head-to-head again at the Global Championship in December. But in the right here, right now, is the man from Stockton-on-Tees who has hit the big high, hit the big notes, and has won the big match, has landed the big jackpot, and he'll be playing for the biggest one of the lot at the end of November. Jamie Owens is into Champions Week for the very first time.
Yeah, it is an incredibly emotional ending to what's been a very dramatic day here. 2 finals, including the ADC Winmore Tour Championship final this afternoon, and 2 last leg deciders. And it is a player who came through the ADC system. First of all, Jamie Owens is going to be lifting a Super Series trophy for the first time. It means that Jeff Smith will not be joining that list of weekly winners that will be heading to Champions Week. Carl Wilkinson, Keegan Brown, Neil Duff, David Pallett, Jensen Walker, David Evans are there, and now joining them is Jamie Owens. So without further ado, it is time for the presentation with our MC, Lewis Jones.
And now time to crown the winner of the Series 12 Week 7 of the Modus Super Series and a spot in Champions Week. £5,000 in prize money. J-Lo, Jamie Owens!
Honestly, I love you all. Thank you very much. Jamie Owens then the winner of Week 7 of Series 12, denying Jeff Smith, and we will be hearing from Jamie after the break. Stay with us, you don't want to miss that.
You will be disappointed with that. He wanted to have
Graham
one dart.
requires 20.
Graham Usher wins the first game of Champions Night, and it was an absolute ripper. He hit one of them on tops. He missed one on double 12. Which one is it? It's the hit.
Outside opportunity for Andy Hamilton. Van der Velde should be getting a match start again here. He's already had one. Mr. Dart at tops for the match to win 4-1. And the Dart at double 16 gets the job done there for Jurgen van der Velde. He gets over the line with a 4-2-6.
Did he go for tops, or did he just overshoot the single? Jimmy doesn't care. Jimmy just looks to eat this up to make the semi-finals for the second time. Adam Kaplas has been eliminated. Keep us guessing. This time he's trying to leave double 18. He knows best, and he takes the lead. He is 2 darts away
Jeff requires 86.
from a Super Series final. He's 1 dart away. He doesn't need any more darts. Jeff Smith makes the Series 11 final. Usher losing his cool a little bit here.
Oh, absolutely. Right now, I'd say the head's gone. And you don't have long to recover. It is very, very short format darts. Vansky's halfway to victory.
He only needs one more. Jimmy Vansky is yet again into a Modus Super Series final.
Flashback vibes. Can Jimmy Vansky do the same? Just needs the one treble here on the 19s. Finds it. For the ball.
101.
Oh, unlucky. A lot of pressure on it. He's going to split it. 2 darts for double 4 for the match.
Game. Shot. And the Modus Super Series 11 champion, Jeff Smith.
Welcome back. As promised, we are going to be hearing from the Week 7 winner, Jamie Owens, who came through that final 4-3 against Jeff Smith. That means, of course, the Canadian's title defence is over. He falls short in the final, and he's fallen short against Jamie Owens in all of their meetings this week. Delighted to say that Jamie has joined myself and Paul Nicholson for a chat. I think the first question I need to ask you is, how do you feel?
I've just said when I came up, it doesn't feel real yet. Like, listen, I've been here now for a year, 5 times, 4 finals. Honestly, I can tell you, you feel good one day, you feel terrible the next. It's just if it clicks, Back home, I'm hitting these averages that I can't explain, and I come here and I can't seem to get them out yet. Eventually, if they come, and I was so lucky to be in this final tonight, the way I went on in Group B, but honestly, today, I don't know what happened. I had a good sleep. I felt really good. I had a bit of food. And from the first game, in getting one over Hendo, that's massive. Psychological, it's massive. Because he's never out of a game, Hendo, ever.
What has clicked for Jamie tonight, in your opinion?
I like the fact that he was one of the first people in the practice room. He was willing to turn up a little bit earlier and to stick in the work. And there's no stone unturned this week. He's obviously got endurance because he's played 27 games to get this victory. It's endurance darts at its finest. The only person who played more than him this week is Jeff Smith, who played 29. And when you've been through a 27 or 29 game week, tomorrow you're going to sleep really, really well. And I mean tomorrow because it's nearly midnight already. But I think there's a measured tenacity about Jamie. Compared to the first time he was here, he was very raw, obviously very talented, but I think 1 year on, he's harnessed. I think there's a lot more measurement about his game, and he's learning about what he's doing right.
Well, just talk us through the final, because it did seem to be going one way and then the other. That last leg, of course, he's the reigning champion, trying to get back to Champions Week. You're looking to win for the first time. What were the thoughts and feelings during it?
You see, a lot of people would come here and see Jeff Smith, the reigning champion, and they'd play the player, not the board. Like I said to you guys before this interview started, if my game's on, my game beats his. Simple as that. And that's the confidence from the football side, but it's not just that. I've got his number this week, 3 out of 3, coming to the final. He broke through first leg, and I was like, oh, here we go, I missed doubles. Second leg, he's 2-0 up, I think. I think he went 2-0. And then I got it back 2-1. Just to get that dart on the board was massive, because I knew my scoring was really good tonight, like really good. If you score well, you're going to create chances. It's about taking the chances. And sometimes, like, the last darts, the winning double, it didn't even, I couldn't feel it in my hand. Couldn't feel it. It just went out. Fortunate for me, it went in. Unfortunate for Jeff, it went in. But honestly, it's mental. Honestly, it's still early doors. I can't even explain.
You felt the trophy in your hand afterwards. We'll take a look at that moment now when you finally get your hands on a Modus Super Series trophy. What does it mean to you to be lifting that tonight?
People, like I say, every time I come here, people know how good I am back home. But when you come to the Modus, it's a different calibre of fish, right? You're not playing Tom and anyone out of a pub. You know, you're playing top players who deserve to be here. Yeah, they can have a bad week. Doesn't mean they're a bad player. This week's been, I've had 5 games here in a year. 2 full weeks this week. This week's been crazy because I've had another second week, full week, and it was mentally draining, like Paul said. It was mentally draining. Thursday, I didn't even want to be here. It was hurting because I'm not used to that. Last time I won Group A in 3 days. I never done the Thursday, Friday. This week, I was ringing my missus. I was like, I can't do it. I'm done. But anyway, long story. To win it means mental to me. It's you look at the players I beat this week. Come on, I've been playing darts for 4 years. This is awesome for me now.
Absolutely, Paul. He did something in the final. Now you referenced it in commentary where he 6 darts from 192, 2 treble 20s went in. He stepped back. He didn't just go for the 180. Is that what you were talking about when you say he's kind of learning and changing his approach as he evolves as a dart player?
Yeah, we've had deep conversations about tactics and doing the right things at right times. And we've seen people in pressure moments when you're supposed to be doing the right things do maybe something a bit silly, like going for too many bullseyes or trying to do a showpiece shot. The thing is, that treble 20 has been absolutely battered over the course of the 9 games. And towards the end, he's got 120 from 192, 72 left. A lot of people would think, naturally, get the 180, make the crowd happy, and leave double six. The right thing to do when it was just a little bit precarious, get away from that bed and get into the 16s. And it just goes to show it's not about a showman shot, it's about doing the right thing at the right time. If he goes for that 60, there's a possibility of darts on the floor, which could have changed everything.
And what you did was stepped up, took out a 56, and you know what that means? Not just the medal round your neck, but you'll be returning for Champions Week.
I'm looking forward to it. I really am, honestly. It's a pleasure. You guys have been good to me, Sabine, and hopefully I can give you what I can offer in the future.
To get there as well, we can see now some of the players you're going to be playing as well who's won so far. To get there as well by beating the reigning champion.
Look at the guys who's in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to get any easier, is it, that week? But you've got there by beating the defending champion. So, as you said before, if you can beat him, then
the problem is that I know them, they don't know me. That's the issue that players have nowadays. They don't know me, don't know what I'm capable of. I play my game, let's have it.
I think they do now, Jim.
Well, we'll see.
Well, when you beat the defending champion and you beat someone who was in the final of the previous series, talk about a route to success. It doesn't get much harder than that.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, just maybe, you'll be filling in your name in that PBC as well.
I think it's fitting for me, this. 12. I always left out the team in football. 12, that's perfect. Awfully. Yeah.
And it means, of course, Luke Littler still the only winner that's made it back to the next Champions Week. Remarkable stat.
Here's the thing, and I'm not saying this because this might be clipped up and put on social media, but there's no guarantee that anybody ever wins a second one. Littler might be the only person who ever does it. It's that hard.
He's a one-off generation talent. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
How are you going to celebrate? What's the plan now?
Truthfully, it's hard because this time it's been hard for me because I like the fans here. I couldn't offer anyone to come down this week because I literally fly on all day tomorrow with the missus and the kids to Turkey. I'm really looking forward to that. Second week off work. The boys said, I'm coming down. I said, you're not. I said, look, let me do it on my own. I've had people here 4 or 5 times. I've not got nowhere. It's too much pressure. Let me just do it on my own, see if I can win. Let me get up. Yeah, I'll go for one, maybe 1 or 2. That's it. Get up in the morning, drive home, change my suitcase, back to the airport, and I'm going to turn my phone off for the full week. And then when I come back, then people then will know because I will be Facebooking it all over.
I tell you what, that's well planned, that, isn't it? The first week off work playing here, win it, and then go on holiday the second week.
Well, the thing is, now that he's won without his pals and family here, they're never coming again.
No, they're not coming. Carry your band. Carry your band.
And maybe, just maybe, Champions Night, you might have a change of tune.
Yeah, definitely, because it's a different kettle of fish. You need support. You do need support. And to be fair to the crowd tonight, I was looking at this afternoon's games, and it was a heavy lot of people. That probably would have maybe got to me because I see myself arguing a lot with myself as well as the crowd. And if you've got nobody down and they're cheering someone else on, sometimes it gets against you. But tonight, honestly, there was no one in that full crowd who cheered for one or the other. You got good darts. Every shot was shot.
Yeah.
It was really nice to see.
But the winning shot went to you, so congratulations. Thanks for talking to us. Well done. We'll see you at Champions Week. Plenty coming up on Pluto TV here on the Modus Super Series channel. Next, a dart swap challenge between Ollie Howard and Devon Peterson. Tomorrow from midday, you can see Scott Mitchell on the farm. Aren't you lucky? Series 12, Week 8 gets underway on Monday morning from 9:30, and at finals night again next Saturday, 7:30 p.m. and we'll find out who will be joining Jamie Owens at Champions Week. But it is his day. Joy for Jamie at the Super Series tonight as Owens takes the title. Bye for now.
Here comes the
Help it to victory, yes, is the answer. Well, they say twos never lose, but he only needed one to go 2 clear. That guide on the double 5 is perfect, and he utilises it to perfection.
Just behave yourself and enjoy the darts, and if you don't, we'll get Jeff on you. How does he leave double 18 this time? It's double 18, and Jeff Smith wins Group 1.
Which is going to afford him an opportunity at tops, which he duly obliged. Because back-to-back 13 darts. And that double 4 sees Sam Spivey into the final 4. John Henderson is into the semi-final.
And he's got a 2-0 lead as well.
It's double 18 for Jeff Smith. The defending champion is one game away.
Here comes the
And Spivey looks like he's condemned to his fate. Because J-Lo is going to be into the Saturday night showpiece for the first time.
Does he catch the fourth leg? Oh, what a shot that is.
Jeff Smith.
Double top for a first weekly win.
Game start and the match, and the Series 12 Week 7 Modus Super Series champion,
J-Lo, Jamie Owens!
The new Modus Super Series champion.
Yes! What a finish!
The silencer, Jeff Smith! And it is that shot wins week 6!
Maximum checkout. He's done it!
Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius?
Yes.
Let's do it then. Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series 9 champion is Lucky D, Darius Labanowski!
Well, what a wonderful night of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready, and it's trophy time. So receive the trophy. £25,000. The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And one more time, the 8th Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And the new Modus Super Series champion is Andreas Dirty Harrison. And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison!
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor!
One more time, your new Modus Super Series champion. He is Chucky. He is Jim McEwen.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Bye.